everything, so you know.
Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to week number 3. We're about to get underway with our first match. Appears that his left knee is confused. Double check the bracket, his left knee. That may help clear things up for you. His first opponent was not here. So Reggie moves on, and you are up next. So Reggie versus his left knee will get things started. Sorry for the late start. I thought that I started the stream and then discovered 20 minutes later that I didn't. So that was on me. That's an oopsie. But we are here and we're live now. Make sure you guys are getting your check-ins in. Check-ins are going to close in about 5 minutes. Got to be honest, not a lot of people here today. Don't really know what the cause of that is. If it's MKX, if it's me being late. I'm not really sure what it is, but nonetheless, hopefully we can get these last few people checked in before we get started. There also is this weird split, though, because of the number of people here, where a lot of people can't check in round 1. Their matches are started for round 2. But you're just looking at the bracket here, we have a very small number of people that are here today. So we'll see what happens. But joining me today for the first time is Get Your Bread Up, boy. How's it going?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to get this started. I hope some more people show up because I'm ready to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should have some of the usual killers here. This is how it also kind of works, is the early first rounders, when we have this weird number of people, the early first rounders are typically made of people that don't have any points because they are either new or haven't been playing. And the people that regularly show up every single time, they are they're seeded higher, so they're moved up into round 2 because they actually have points. So it's typically the usual suspects that we get a lot of that are going to start to come out in the next round as we go through. So hopefully by the time we get there, we'll be all set. We do have those predictions ready for you guys as well. So if you guys want to use your channel points and place some bets on who you think is taking this home between Reggie and his left knee, then by all means, spin the dice. Let's see who's taking this one. Now, Cassie versus Noob Saibot. I think Cassie does pretty decently in this particular matchup, but customs may change that. It does allow Noob to kind of control that half-screen space a little bit better, and so far, his left knee doing just that. Stand blocking against Noob, that is asking for that back 3 KB to come out. Do it.
Yeah, man, I'm wondering what this guy's doing right now. Looks like he's just a little scared to press buttons.
Ooh, the big jump in actually catches him. He's only got a little bit of health left to work with now. That's going to chip out that first defensive bar. Uses the glow kick to get over. And a stray uppercut will not find the mark. His left knee able to take round 1 here. I got to say, against Noob Saibot, very little reason to stand block. You're going to want to be watching your toes. That low slide is a threat at half screen. And of course, that back 3 KB, if you do for some reason get caught, the forbidden crushing blow. It's been a while since I've seen it. It'd be pretty interesting if we ended up seeing one happen here today, though. Of course, I'm sure I just cursed it.
Let's see if Cassie can get some corner pressure here.
Oh, does the opposite.
Right back in the corner.
Yeah, ends up jumping out. Here's the re-stand. Gonna keep on tacking those clones up. Just barely enough health to survive, but this is still a moment of desperation here. The panic fatal blow gonna come out just outside of the, that range to even push him into fatal blow, but it is going to be his left knee taking game 1.
His left knee is looking pretty solid there.
Oh no, it's not your fault at all, Reggie. This was on. I forgot to start it, and then your opponent wasn't here, so we were waiting to get your opponent in. So we ended up having to move to the next one because your opponent wasn't here that first round. So that is unfortunate, but the show must go on, and we do have to, of course, keep the action going for the players that are here and looking to play. Right? We can't be holding up the show for people that aren't going to be here. So we will be, of course, moving on without those of you that aren't here. Hopefully, we can get those people here tonight, but is what it is. I know we are busy, and with the recent resurgence of MKX and stuff, attentions have been divided. But here we go. Game number 2. Reggie has the opportunity to make a switch here. Do you think he'll make a switch in character?
He might, man. I don't know. Looks like he's going back. I wonder what he's gonna do to change up his gameplay, because he looked a little scared against Noob. I wonder if he got a little demotivated from that those anti-airs that he was getting.
Is he changing? The plan is to stream that one, assuming Arud is here, Blackout. If not, then we're going to have Blaze versus you on stream instead. Because I did speak to Blaze beforehand. Blaze is here. So if we do not hear from Arood, then we will get Blackout. Okay, cool. Arood is here. I messaged you on Xbox, Arood. Please try to get back to me because we were about ready to off with your head. So Arood is here. So Arood versus Blaze will be the next match on stream then. For those of you guys that I do want to get on stream first, I do try to reach out to you guys beforehand so I kind of have a feel for who is here and ready to go at the very start. So it is good to hear that Arood and Blaze are ready to go. And also, Arood might have responded and I didn't get a chance to check my messages. Once the stream starts, it's kind of hard to check them. So either way, no worries. We are going to hop into that match after this one. But first, of course, we got to finish off his left knee and Reggie McCoy. So far, his left knee has a decent start and has been controlling that half-screen space really effectively. Let's see what the shift is from Reggie. Right now, up close and personal. Flawless blocks here on the pokes, though. His left knee really calling out that counter offense here from Reggie.
Ooh, little micro duck into a throw.
Oh, another just straight up slide.
Oh, got him with the overhead. Oh, didn't finish the combo though.
What is your Smash GG name? Moo1 or Mo01? I'm not really sure how to pronounce that with the 0 in there, but if you give us some identifying information, we'll be able to potentially let you know what is going on and what your next step would be. Here we go see his left knee though. Next step is to, of course, win this game as he's got one round down. Can he get the next one? Anti-air is the glow kick, or is that called glow kick? I'm not sure. I thought the other up one is called. I don't know. Now I think those are both the same move. Uh-oh. I know they're not, though.
You got me confused now.
One of those, that's her armor break too, though, which is interesting.
Oh.
Nice throw. Send him to the corner. I love that throw animation as well. I wish the portals were used in more than just his throws and fatalities. I miss the Noob Saibot portals.
Yes.
Oh, tries for the raw fatal blow. I gotta be honest, I don't know if that works. I know that because he has the armor break move cancels into fatal blow. So what he might have done is might have gone for armor break and just mistimed the input off of that launcher there, and that could have cost him. But unfortunately, that is going to be a fairly large drop, and his left knee will instead take the victory here.
Man, his left knee is really good with those anti-airs. I know when I'm playing against a noob, I always have trouble with his anti-air because he gets me every single time. It looks like that's what he's doing to Reggie.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of kind of not only controlling that half-screen space with his low slide, but also kind of deterring Reggie from being able to make it in through the skies as well with that ability to anti-air. Also, does look like the DQs just went out on round 1, so those of you guys that were waiting on your opponent, if they weren't here and you checked in, they're DQ'd and you'll be moving on, so you will be able to start getting checked in for your next match. Pluto, looks like you did check in, so your opponent wasn't here, so you'll be able to check into your next fight, Pluto, instead, which is against Muerto. So if Muerto's here, you'll fight him, but make sure you are checking in. But yeah, everybody, you can start checking into your round 2 matches, and we'll start moving on from there as well. And if you did get DQ'd, now would be the time to say something. We really can't go back any further beyond this point, so if you did get DQ'd, make sure to speak up, and we'll do what we can to get that corrected for you.
Reggie decided to switch to some Kung Lao, man. He's YOLOing a lot of punishable moves, though. But he has Spiritual Guidance, so I wonder if he's going to get some cool combos with that.
Yo, what's going on, Just Dave? Just running through another week of the Nightmare series. Having some fun here as we got some kind of fresh new competitors this season around as well, right? Both Reggie and his left knee. Haven't really seen them in previous seasons. No, you're not next. You are the one after Kairos, and that's assuming your opponent is here. I haven't heard from Juice yet, so.
Noob keeps hitting him with the overhead low option. He keeps hitting him with the slide instead of the finished combo. Forgot what it's called, but
yeah, he does have that one string with an overhead in it, so he's mixing him up with that opportunity to kind of force him to think about if it's going to be low or overhead. I believe you can fuzzy that. There's a kind of a tell that you can see that he is going for the overhead, but if your reactions aren't quick enough, you will get caught there.
Yeah, the overhead's a little longer than the low slide, so. Ooh.
Gets opened up. All right, gets with that overhead again. And here's going to be a launcher now. No breakaway to stop this. Going to go for the opties, and he's got him. His left knee with a beautiful play right there. 43% for a bar is insane. And
that
his
was
left
really
knee,
good.
yeah, that's super good. So his left knee is going to take it 3-0. Very nicely done. Let's go ahead and hop over to our bracket here for the first time. Oh no, the Spanish GG video is back. Whoops. And we'll go ahead and pop these scores in. So looking at here, that was, I believe, a pool. I don't know where it was. We'll find it. Oh yeah, it was right here. His left knee and Reggie McCoy. So his left knee is going to take it 3-0. Very nicely done. Now you can see here are all these other options for people to check in. Looks like Taco's not here, so we'll just auto move Too Easy along. Hopefully Too Easy is here. Otherwise, we'll have to DQ him as well. But he's got some extra time to show up now. That is going to be good. There's going to be a couple others that are going to kind of be like that. But we do have Blaze and Arude ready to go. So we're going to get Blaze and Arude in here as our next matchup. And then looking here on the other bracket, we've got some more people available where we can see like Juice and Tribute, as well as a handful of other players. The Dr. Omnipotent and Joe Mofux is going to be another one that we're going to hopefully get here. So we'll see who's here and who's not. But hopefully we're going to be able to get some more matches on stream for you. But of course, as we said, it is going to be Arude versus... I already forgot. Fuck.
Black.
Blaze. There we go.
Blaze,
Arude
sorry.
versus Blaze. I was like, is it Blaze? But it's the other Blaze. I almost had it, but it's the other Blaze. So this is Blaze 187 Ace, not the Blaze that we are used to with the Aaron Black. This is going to be a different Blaze. So let's go ahead and get those invites out.
Wonder what these two are gonna pick.
Yeah, this will be, I think, the first time that we'll be seeing Blaze 187 on stream. We may have seen him one other time, but it has unfortunately blurred into the background with all the other matches. And Arude, we have seen Arude on stream a few times, but that one I know for a fact has definitely blurred into who he's been playing. And also, you know, it's been kind of a while since we've seen some of these players, and with all the diversity in MK11, it is not really uncommon to discover that all of a sudden a player is kind of trying things out with a new character in mind. So we'll see if there are any switch-ups even with what Arude was playing. It could be really anything here.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to see some Shao Kahn today. I've been hearing that he's a beast again.
He really is. To be honest, you know, he's got the most health in the game. They gave him some big quality of life changes that really kind of blew up the ways that he would get kind of blown up. Right, so like flawless blocking, his forward 3/4 string used to be a really effective way to just shut down Shao Kahn's game. Now, granted, it's still a decent way to deal with some of it, right? He loses the mix-up because he can't cancel into the throw afterward, but it's still, he can still special cancel there. So it does allow Shao Kahn players to still have another little extra threat there. He's also got some plus frames he can now look for off of one of his specials, and it was one of those moves that it was like, this move is so negative on, why would I ever do this? Like, it was such a bad idea to ever really go for that it's no wonder that nobody was ever spending any meter on it, and we didn't really see it. But now they did kind of change that around, so if we do see some Shao play, I can definitely expect to see some more hammer lunges coming out. Looks like we do have our players here, though, so let's go ahead and get our names in here and get the game up. And of course, Blaze187 coming through with the Twitch Prime as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. The support from you guys is really, really appreciated. It definitely helps to go to the prize pool. So if you guys want to help out with the prize pool and help get these players some money to fight for, definitely make sure you guys are dropping some subs and even just letting people know about the stream, letting your friends that you play with and practice with, get them involved, because the more people we have, the better to make this thing kind of really keep on growing and keep going. But we are going to be moving into this match, Arude versus Blaze 187 Ace. Ghost Cats, unfortunately you are a little late. You can still play your loser's bracket run, but you are a little late to make it in for the winner's side. But you are still alive on the loser's side. Ooh, Collector, okay.
Collector versus Scarlet. I'm expecting some staggers here. A lot of staggers from Scarlet and a lot of zoning from her. I'm guessing at least.
So
unless he's a really good rushdown Scarlet.
I don't know if that exists. I think that the thing with Collector in this particular matchup, though, is going to be whether or not he has Fade Out, and he does. So Collector's going to have access to that teleport, which means if you know, Blaze gets a little bit too happy with throwing out the tongues and the projectiles, which is one of Scarlet's like better approaches. youre is going to be able to sniff that out with a teleport. He can also do a far teleport, so he can kind of bait the bait, right? And see if he can catch his opponent trying to swing and maybe go for a whiff punish. He's got such long range normals that when you do that far teleport out on somebody, and they swing at you and it whiffs, you can often punish them for it. Speaking of punishes, though, beautiful placement of that bag bomb as well. And let's go ahead and get those predictions in for you guys here, too. His left knee won it, and we'll put a new one on the board. Who you guys think is taking this one?
Got about half of his health down in about 20 seconds. Oh, good wake up. Good wake up 1. Or up, yeah, up 3. My bad.
Okay, gonna just end with that command grab there at the end, the demonic clutch, and that almost enough to kill. I gotta say, that may have been an accidental breakaway there. That string kind of popped him airborne a little bit, and that breakaway actually ends up costing him the defensive meter really too far away to make the comeback, and now he's got no meter going into this next round. This is the time for youre to get aggressive. Ooh, big punish.
Oh, good micro duck.
Gonna be no breakaway on this either. Goes for these these teleport setups as well. I think the scary thing with that teleport setup is you're right next to your opponent, and if you can start baiting rolls, then that command grab KB can start coming into play as well. He's just gonna cut her in half with a brutal though.
Man, he just hit him with a micro duck into a brutal. Let's go, man. I'm loving this game.
Very, very strong play here from youre. I'm really enjoying the way that he is. I think he's kind of covering maybe two things. In one end, he's covering his opponent's ability to perhaps break away out, because what he's doing is he's going for those fade outs at the end of his combos, right? So instead of going for damage at the end, he's going for Oki and setups that if your opponent does have breakaway, you're still going to be able to be kind of breathing right down their neck and able to still go in for the kill afterward. And of course, if they decide to conserve their meter, you still get to maintain that positioning, because that's what he's ultimately after, is just to continue the onslaught and force Blaze to continue to have to make sure he's got solid enough defense to weather the storm, and proving that, unfortunately, Blaze just getting opened up. So we'll see what the response is from Blaze. Immediately, though, we see character selection coming out. So we're going to see Melina now. Haven't seen too much Melina competitively lately. I'll be honest, I think she's not great. Definitely one of the characters that is pretty boring in variation department and could use a little bit of changes, but we'll see what Blaze can do with her.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Melina, but because I haven't faced her very often, and I haven't really tried her out because she, like you said, she doesn't look too much fun in the variations and stuff. So
it feels like she's got two mandatory abilities. I think is the problem that I've ended up, facing with it, is that you have to, or you don't have to, because I think right now, honestly, Blaze isn't taking it, but the extended strings, I think, are so crucial to be able to do some extra stuff with. And when you look at the other abilities, nothing really is much better than them. And then the other one is Stabby Scotch for the armor break and just access to a command grab. Melina is one of the few characters with a command grab. But man, I think that is, even though she's got a command grab, she can't tick throw off of it, but I don't think Melina really needs it for that anyway.
youre is really getting her with the micro ducks, though. He's micro ducking everything, or he just short hopped her little Stabby Scotch. Is that what it's called? Stabby Scotch?
Yeah, that's the command grab if he's got it.
Yeah, he does, because he tried using it.
And I believe the KB on it.
He looks like he's just on point today.
Okay, there's the amplifying the ball roll. Full combo. Nice little clean ending there. 292 damage, almost 30%. Okay, one more hit now into Fatal Blow is all Blaze needs. Can he stay alive? Goes for the stray ball roll, but not going to hit it. That was a big risk. Man. Yeah, definitely went for the YOLO ball roll, trying to catch youre, maybe looking to throw a projectile or swing that mace, because he's got good range that, a lot of collector players like to abuse. They like to throw those extended range normals out, and if you can just kind of throw something that moves way quicker than they're ready for, sometimes you can get away with it. That time it did not end up working out, though, so youre is going to take the 2-0 lead, and we'll see what Blaze's answer is now moving into game number 3.
I'm liking this collector though. I really like his teleports and his. I mean, he's just really on point with his defense today. Micro ducking and short hopping. I'm impressed. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how Arud does throughout the rest of this as well. We'll definitely try to keep tabs on his run because he is really, really playing quite solidly right now. Like you're saying, he's making the proper reads and ducking his opponents, throw attempts and everything. Very, very strong stuff from him. I believe that Blaze is not here. I think that's what I've heard, is that Blaze is going to be out. So I think we might be able to move on without him. And for round 2, DQs are going to be kicking in for round 2 here shortly. So if your opponent was not here for round 2 as well, then they'll be DQ'd and you'll need to make sure you're still checking in. Hopefully we don't lose too many, but it has been an unfortunate kind of turn of events as of late, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, didn't punish it though. Tried for the crushing blow.
A lot of zoning here now from Blaze, looking to just keep Collector away. It's not a bad approach though, right? Like, so far, Arud's been doing a really good job in the up-close game, so maybe some zoning here is the answer to keep this Knock-Noddin' off. Oh, nicely done with that overhead.
Yeah, that low side is really coming in handy though.
Yeah, it's just been non-stop, and right now the life lead here for Blaze. If he can get one more hit, no!
You gotta stop YOLOing it, man.
When you have the lead like that, that is not worth the risk.
It is not, man.
It makes a little sense when the life bars are... When you invert the life bars, it can make a little bit more sense when it's your last-ditch attempt, but, I mean, while he could have won the game, just chipping him out some more, but you take that big risk with the ball roll, it gets blocked, you just lost the round, and now set point available for Arud. There's another stray ball roll, and honestly, Arud's not falling for it. You gotta not do that. Ball roll in the neutral is not your friend, and especially when somebody is kind of baiting it out and looking for it at this point. There's times when it can work, but I think it's one of those things where you gotta recognize real quickly that your opponent is not gonna be caught off guard by that.
I was just about to say, I'm surprised I haven't seen him teleport more since he's doing the low size so much.
Yeah, exactly. That's the answer to all this zoning, is to teleport in and blow it up. Here, he might not need to, though. Armor or the breakaway comes out. There's the demonic clutch. Only a little bit of health left, and really no defensive meter to protect it either. Last chance, and another duck under the throw. Beautifully done.
Man, he was looking real solid. Another 3 over the day, though. I feel like if Blaze would have stopped doing that ball roll just all willy-nilly, he would have been a lot better off, because, I mean, he got punished from that probably 3 different times that match.
Yeah, we did see Arud net a lot of damage off of those ball roll punishments. So I think that is definitely the one major takeaway I'd take from that is a little less ball roll in the neutral. But, tournament nerves are a thing sometimes. You just can't stop the hands from going for the buttons. The buttons are there to be pressed. So, the desire to press them is very real. We're going to go ahead and hop back to our bracket, though, and see what our next match will be. Not really sure who is here today. So, we'll kind of have to take it in stride as we go. Okay, looks like DQs have started kicking in for round 2 as well for a lot of these matches, though. So, we'll be able to start moving forward here in a moment. So, man, yeah, look at that. This guy's not here, so this guy moves on. Outplayed's not here, so this moves on. There is definitely... I'll deal with this part later. I think these two are both here, though. Scorpion and ESPN, so we'll get them to play. But I know Kairos is here to play. I don't know if Juice is here, because Juice is the other half of that. Dr. Omnipotent and Joe, looking for them. Dynasty, and I know Flex is here. If Dynasty's here, we can run that match. And then looking at the other pool, let's pop this score in here real quick. Also Blackout and Arud, you guys can go ahead and get playing if you'd like. Frosty Llama and Dark Elite, as well as Crispy Fungus and Sage. So I know Speed Demon is here. Let's go ahead and try to get Speed Demon and Crispy Fungus. Crispy Fungus is usually here. He usually has a bye, though, so I know that he does typically kind of wait a little bit because he usually doesn't have an early round fight. But now it's been plenty of time for that bye time to go through. So hopefully we'll be able to get Crispy Fungus in here. Crispy Fungus, definitely a really, really talented player. Has even made the Pro Tour top 8 before, which is honestly not a lot of players can say that. Like, Pro Tour top 8 is a very, very strong accolade to have.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see his Joker, maybe even his see if he brings out the Collector if he gets in trouble.
Ooh, we could see that for sure. Hijinks is not here, Sweat D is not here. So Mr. J Treese can move on. These two are here, so they can fight. Valiant Shade and Recess. Maybe we'll run that match if we can't get a hold of Crispy. Somebody's saying in the chat that they do not believe Crispy is playing. That very well could be the case. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Like I said, I was looking for, you know, Dynasty and Flex Luthor and Joe and all these players, but we did not hear from any of them in the chat. So what we'll also do, I know Kairos is here, so let's try to send an invite out to Juice as well. Juice has had some time. We tried to invite him at the start, but sometimes the very start is not good for some players that have to, like, get home and get ready to go. And that's why we do also have, like, that larger window on just that first round as well. But now that window has kind of passed, so if Juice has been able to get home... Oh, you and Dark are here? Okay, I'm going to invite Juice. We'll give him... In fact, you know what? We'll do you and Dark. It looks like Joe is here as well, so hopefully we'll go ahead and be able to get Dr. Omnipotent. Dr. Omnipotent is often here too. So this does look like we've got a fair batch of people here. The matchups don't always align with the people that are here, but as we move through the bracket, they ultimately will, and we'll be able to showcase more and more of you. Okay, Dr. Omnipresent is omnipresent. Most good. Let's go ahead and go with Frosty Llama and Dark Elite, and then Doctor versus Joe afterward. That sounds like a great line of events for me, and then, of course, we'll see what happens after that. So let's go ahead and get that invite out. Dark Elite. That means we could very well see some more Scarlet play here. He is, in my opinion, the best Scarlet player out there. I think Twixie's obviously going to look to challenge that, but when they've met in the brackets before, Dark Elite's the one that emerges victorious. And Dark Elite has also got a really strong list of accolades to back that up now. So Dark Elite is, in my opinion, the best Scarlet out there on the scene. And we'll see if we get a taste of that as well. Not just the Scarlet player, though, does have a handful of other characters here. And then, of course, Kairos is going to be playing a lot of Kano as of late, so that'll be interesting. Quick note here as well. Kairos is taking Tribute's spot in the bracket. Tribute couldn't play today, so Kairos, he wasn't able to sign up in time. So it just kind of worked out. So it might look a little weird on there, but it is all going according to plan for Kairos versus... oh, wait, whoops. I was actually doing the wrong thing. Hold on. I almost did the wrong thing. It's a good thing I didn't get to finish that thought. It's Frosty Llama. But there's some of Kairos has taken Juice's spot. So Kairos will move on and face Zythshock instead, right? If Juice is not here, is I guess what I was ultimately getting at. But this is Frosty Llama.
So we're doing Dream, and not
Dark
Dream.
Elite,
That's
Llama.
you.
Yeah, not me,
Dark
not
Elite,
me.
Frosty Llama, huh?
You guys want to see
All
me
right.
fight, you'll have to catch the ladder, which is Fridays and Sundays is when I play in the ladder. Nope, I don't want to invite you to a party. Whoops. That's a game invite. Alright, how do I get out of my own party? I've made too many mistakes here. We can't go back. Alright, so we got the invite. Let's see if Dark Elite is here. Dark Elite is here, so we are just waiting on Frosty Llama to join us as well. And he just got his invite, so he should be with us momentarily.
Dark Elite. I love seeing Dark Elite Scarlet.
Oh, me too. And, you know, the other thing, though, I really like seeing Frosty Llama's Kotal Khan. Unfortunately, we don't get to see as much of it as maybe I would particularly like, but it is really strong, and he's got a good Johnny Cage. It's not like he plays awfully with something else. He's got other good characters, but we don't see a ton of Kotal Khan on the Xbox side of things, so it is really cool to see some really good Kotal play. I don't necessarily know how the Kotal versus Scarlet matchup goes, though. I would say that arguably, if I were to just look at it from a distance as a player of neither of those characters, if I were to build for dealing with Scarlet, I would honestly want to go for a turtle build. So I'd take the Bullock Totem and I would take the Sun, and I would just sit back and reduce the chip and heal up and try to maybe catch a crushing blow, have the cat on there as well to catch some damage out of nowhere, and that would probably be my approach. We'll see what Frosty Llama is going to do here. We do see some totems, but I believe that's the damage one, so this is going to be an offensive approach from Kodal. We'll see if this offense is going to be enough. I think defense would work, but Kodal can do it both ways, if I'm honest.
Dark Elite looks like he's picking Noob Saibot instead of the old Scarlet. Looks like he's trying someone new, huh?
Yeah, he's going for another character that can zone, but not the traditional one. So this will be interesting to see how this plays out as well. And of course, we've got those predictions up for you guys. Shout out to Haven Blade reminding me.
Ooh, I want to see some big damage with Kodal.
Yeah, he's got the damage totems, right? So that means he will have access to that if he can catch any of these. Kind of almost any little hit into command grab can net like 30%, and big hits into big stuff, we can be looking at insane numbers.
Man, he is spamming that Spirit Ball, man.
Yeah, Spirit Ball I think is going to be the main tool in this matchup. Problem is it's going to be a high, but the speed of it is going to mean that it is going to kind of clash with the attempts to challenge that Frosty will go for. And another thing to note that I think is kind of slept on when it is comes to Spirit Ball is a projectile that hits for 9%. Most projectiles hit for 6 to 7, but Dark Elite is going to be able to kind of hang in the damage department because those trades are going to technically be in his favor. The one big trade he needs to worry about is, of course, the Pizza Crushing Blow, right? If he gets caught by that Discus Crushing Blow, that's going to be a big one, but you've only got one of those, whereas that Spirit Ball, endless. Yo, Viz coming through with the raid. Thank you so much. Hope you had a good stream. And of course, you guys get ready for Viz's offline event coming up soon. The Battlegrounds is getting up close and personal. Really excited for that. Viz is doing a service to get the offline stuff kind of back up and rolling. And I know that we're all sick of the online gimmicks. And Viz is gonna expose the people that have been relying on him too much. Big unblockable. The time though. Look at the time.
Yep. I just saw that with like 3 seconds left. Not much you could have done there.
Yeah, that was tough. Frosty Llama, I think he really needed to get an opening into Fatal Blow to freeze the clock up. But I think that was Dark Elite was just gonna hunker down and not let that of all things happen.
Ooh, I thought he was gonna get Crushing Blow on that one.
Yeah, that was just barely too slow. But look at the speed of that Spirit Ball. It's so quick.
Crazy.
That's gonna do it.
There we go. There it is. Have a pizza for dinner, man.
And now the life lead is technically on the side of Frosty Llama. Spoke too soon. The curse has been cast. So here's the deal. He can parry those, get some damage buff going. Get the sun out. He'll take the life lead back. Oh no, Dark Elite a little too slow. And Frosty Llama knew he'll just summon a totem here. Not even going to whiff big damage. Dark Elite is in a little bit of trouble here now. The life lead is back over to the side of the con.
See if he can get any corner pressure. If he can get in, I should say. His zoning right now is insane.
Plus, ooh, get away from me.
Yep.
I can't tell who has the life lead. The health numbers are too different, where you can't actually rely on which one has more. Now it's clearly Noob Saibot, but oh no! Gotta look out. Okay, this is death.
That's gotta be it. That is it.
Beautifully done. The totem adding to it. I mean, and look at that. One little hit into a special move, 27%. Other characters got to put in a little work for no meter to do that. I think he did actually spend meter to guarantee it, but a lot of damage that Kodal can just churn out off of stray hits when those totems are up. Got to be very careful.
Man, that mixed command grab is just so good.
Armored interactables. Dark Elite, that's what he's most well known for. Should have seen that one coming.
Tried hitting him with the up 2, but did not work out. I'll tell you that much.
This is our final round here. 60 seconds left. Both players not even into the 50% health department. Totem is up. Damage buffs are rocking right now. One big opening from Frosty could be big. Look how much chip that did as well. Oh my god.
Let's see how much damage this is going to do. 14%. Almost 15%.
Yeah, I think that totem went away during it, which is why.
It did, I think. I think it probably would have been 16, if not.
Okay. Fatal Blow now available for both. 30 seconds left on the clock. Just goes for the YOLO command grab. He's gonna amp it though, and then there's the sun. Oh! What?
Oh my goodness! What a read!
No fucking way.
He tried chipping him out with the sun, and he wakes up and just not random, but just fatal blows him and gets chipped probably half of his 1% and just takes it. What a read by Dark Elite. Wow, that was crazy. What a good ending there.
That was an insane
Very close
game right there. I mean, I don't even, like, that was, of all the plays, that was exactly what Dark Elite needed to do, and it barely worked. I think that what ended up happening is the cinematic invincibility ended up triggering before the rest of the sun could burn him out, and he wasn't going to get, like, if he went for the back one crushing blow, would have taken too much time before that cinematic invincibility kicks in. Beautiful play from Dark Elite, truly the only option, and that's exactly what he went for.
I think this might be getting ahead of myself, but I think this is going to go to a game 5. I know we're only one game in, but I think this is going to be a game 5.
Oh, it very well could be.
That was just 3 rounds that were just so close. Good start for Frosty Llama. Let's see if he can keep the pressure going though. Oh. Dark Elite has him where he wants him, I'll tell you. Oh, he almost had the pizza crushing blow. He got the damage totem. Good anti-air. Man, Kotal Khan's range is just insane, man. He has such a far mid. Good grab to put him into the corner. Oh, only 12% left. See if he can get him.
Just got a little bit left to dig through here. He'll back away off those plus frames as well. 30 seconds and a lot of health to go through. Can it be done?
Oh,
not
no,
quite.
you can't let that hit you. No. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. I was a loss for words towards the end. I was getting nervous. I was getting nervous for Frosty. Keep spamming those spirit balls.
Yeah, we've got to get this control. If he can get the life lead here, this is going to definitely be one of those kind of slower paced games here, though. But Dark Elite is running out of room to run away,
oh, there
and
we go.
He's going to get caught. Tries to maybe fish for a breakaway, though. Not going to happen. Of course, that is his armor break, so that was guaranteed damage.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't punish.
Might have been a little late. This is going to be a punish,
That
though.
did.
I gotta say, I don't know if I think maybe it's good to get the KB out there, but when it comes to Kotal Khan, I personally am a fan of saving Crushing Blow KBs to turn the sun off. Because Crushing Blows trigger the cinematic, which takes away anything that's on the stage, and the sun is like one of those prime examples to guarantee you can get rid of it. We'll see, though. I mean, he also was able to get the life lead with that initially, and that's a good way to punish the sun as well, this time teleporting quick enough. There's tons of recovery on sun, so Noob can actually teleport in there in time. Last time, though, Dark Elite was just a little too slow.
You know what I think? If Frosty, I'm not saying he's going to, but if he ends up losing this match, I wonder if he should change to the cat.
Yeah,
I think
introducing the
that
cat
would
to get
help
through the
go
spirit ball
under.
would be good.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
gonna
chipped
get
him out. 9 seconds left.
So I think what Frosty Llama's win condition there honestly was just fish for a fatal blow, confirm. This is big! This is a great way to start the round, and now he's just going to back away. He's got the life lead, not a really significant reason to go in, and if he keeps on taking these trades with totems out, that is going to definitely deplete the life bar of Noob Saibot a lot faster.
There we go. Oh, nice.
This is big.
So he got full screen.
Yeah, Dr. Omnipotence here, Joe. You guys will be next. You guys are next on stream. I got a suspicion that Juice is not here, so I'll likely have to DQ him.
It's a lot of footsies. Full screen, though. The thing about Noob is that even if he gets close or neutral, he's still scary. He can do some big damage. got some corner pressure. All my controllers went away. Hold on. See if he can get some corner pressure going. Oh, and it looks like Frosty takes it. Games 1-1. These are some good matches though. This is looking solid.
Yeah, very nicely done. You see that sort of adjustment there. And look, that last game came down to, like, very tiny little micro decisions there. So, this game, Frosty Llama can maybe walk away from this feeling a little bit more confident that, because Dark Elite barely made it out alive, and while Frosty Llama definitely is going to come limping out of this one, he's still a lot better off than how close it was to disaster for Dark Elite. So Frosty Llama definitely starting to show some big signs of life here. So much so that Dark Elite is abandoning the Noob Saibot approach. It will now instead be Scarlet taking to the stage.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of zoning now, even more than what we saw last game.
Yeah, much more varied as well. And of course, we saw Frosty Llama ducking underneath the Spirit Balls, parrying them. Neither of those are going to be options when it comes to the Blood Tongue. So that Blood Tongue is going to be harassment that is a lot more guaranteed so that he can build that life lead off of Chip if it must be Chip. If we are going to sit on the other side of the screen and just throw stuff at each other, then the Blood Tongue is going to be the way to guarantee that that damage actually finds some way of getting applied, even if it is through Chip.
Ooh. Got him in the corner. Oh, teleports right out of there. Backing away. Oh, he had the damage. Oh, the damage totem went away. Still 260 damage though. Just for confirming to a special move. Oh, that's 18% I think. That's crazy. 18% just for one move. Not gonna be 18% this time. Oh. Does that, do you know if that, what does that rain do? Does that make the...
It makes her take less damage. So when she's underneath it, no, okay, so when she's underneath it, she does more damage, and I think that if the opponent's in it, they also do less damage. I think in the move list, it only talks about the increase of damage, but there has been, Aziz has put up stuff about, like, oh, it actually turns out that she's also taking reduced damage while underneath it as well. Now, whether it's because it buffs her defense or it debuffs their offense is maybe a toss-up, but nonetheless, it is quite the effective tool. Beautiful crushing blow from Frosty Llama.
I think he's gotten that every match so far.
Yeah, that's one of those, if it comes to a zoning war, I think that's one of those ones from Kotal that you'll see all the time making its appearance. It's not that bad of a projectile in the way that it kind of eliminates the other one from the screen. Very, very likely to occur.
Yeah, basically inevitable to get that one if you're zoning.
Oh, not quite fast enough, but doesn't overcommit. Here will be the quick launch into the Blood Boil there. Going to be relatively
25%.
uncontestable damage. You see how when he goes through the rain, he has some debuff on him as well? That's what I mean, is I think it makes them do less damage on top of it, too. So it makes her glow, and then when they're inside of it, they also glow, so it has some kind of effect on them as well, which I believe is a damage reduction for their output.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Ooh, secret overhead!
Good mix-up!
Wow. Dark Elite is the absolute master of interactables. I don't know who else you could even start to make an argument for on it. He's just so good on it. Right there, that's a low overhead mix-up that he just kind of snuck into the equation, and honestly, it just seemed like Frosty Llama, that wasn't on the list of things to look out for. But when it comes to Dark Elite, you always got to be aware of those interactables, and a handful of them are overhead or low, and when combined with the innate tools that a character has, you can actually introduce some pretty tricky mix-ups there that, while they might be slow or quote-unquote reactable, they're so niche because they only work in this one spot of the screen, one time per game on this one specific stage, that if your opponent is kind of maybe a little asleep at the wheel or not looking for it, you'll catch him with it because it's just not on their radar is something to look out for. Even though it's slow and reactable, they're not looking to react to that. They're looking for throws and everything else you can do, not swinging a hammer out of nowhere for the finish.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I didn't see that hammer at all. I was just tunnel vision on the match, so I can't imagine what he was thinking.
I definitely got hit.
Oh, I didn't even realize Frosty Llama changed to Sub-Zero. Ooh, good little trade there, that's for sure.
So a Sub-Zero switch will mean maybe a better way to kind of counter some of this zoning. You can slide past much of it. We'll see if that ends up being the case. And of course, you know, this is a character that can just force the mix. And the trade's going to be in Sub-Zero's favor as well. 18% for a bar there, but that'll make Dark Elite think twice.
Oh, could have had a much bigger punish on that, but get what you get, don't throw a fit.
Especially in MK11, the get what you get mentality, I feel like it's something that more players, myself included, need to get on board with and get accustomed to, because we all are, and maybe from the past games, I kind of have an expectation or an entitlement to, like, this should be my damage, but people can sneak out of it all the time, and you have to kind of accept that that is part of the way the game works, and maybe prep accordingly, and at least, like, emotionally steed yourself for it, man. The number of times that I've been like, this motherfucker like, yes, of course he did. It's MK11. You know what you're playing, so. Speaking of, you know what you're playing.
Game.
Yep, that is gaming, or round indeed. Or is that the
round?
Game?
Yeah.
Nice round. Okay, yeah. So I mean, just catching a stray fatal blow.
No, he's alive. He's alive.
Wow. And the
throw.
My
goodness.
That was so clutch. And you know that the skulls and shields were a big part of it mattering there. The shields definitely crucial to his survival.
Yeah, man, I really thought Sub-Zero's fatal blow does so much damage. I really thought that was gonna be done. Oh, uses 3 of his bars to get that interactable, put him right back in the corner.
Restand.
Oh, yeah.
The staggered plus frames. Frosty Llama is running out of resources to work with, health included. Going to be losing another 13%. The fatal blow already gone. Flawless blocks the uppercut. No punish.
Dark Elite staggers are just
They're
immaculate.
so deadly.
They're so good. And then
Big with punish. Oh no, didn't go further. No commitment. You gotta believe. And this late in the game, honestly, sometimes you just have to go for it, which is what he's doing.
Yep, he went for the overhead. Throw mix up. Let's see what it does. I'm betting overhead. I'm betting overhead. Nope. Oh no.
Wow. That was so close too. I honestly, I thought that he got the punish. Dark Elite whiffed something there. I thought that he was swift enough to punish it. Just barely Frosty Llama not making that shin shatter connect in time. And of course, at that point in the life bar, he was willing to risk and commit to it all because he wanted to get that damage. And it did not pan out for him this time. But that was honestly a beautiful set between those two. Very well done. Two very talented competitors. It's a shame they had to meet early on, but sometimes that's just the way the bracket goes. So let's go ahead and go back to our bracket so we can pop in some quick scores here for them. 3-1 in Dark Elite's favor. Dark Elite will move on to face Robitussin. I believe Robitussin is here, so that match can actually happen despite the many matches that have not been able to occur. And we've got another match that's going to be happening here as well. We've got, of course, Dr. Omnipotent versus Joe Mofux coming up. Joe, if you could drop your gamer tag in the chat, that would be great. I'm sure you've maybe given it to me before, but I will probably need a refresher. Dr. Omnipotent, I think I can remember it, so we'll be able to get you guys in here in no time and get this next match underway. And, of course, whoa, start a watch party. I'm not trying to watch party. Let's get those predictions cashed out. Those of you guys that bet on Dark Elite, congratulations. He does take it. And we'll get a new one up in the meantime for this upcoming set between the Doctor and Joe.
I will be back in like 1 minute, Dream. I just gotta go to the restroom real quick.
Oh, no problem.
Alright.
Okay, so Joe has a very easy to identify gamer tag. So we'll get an invite out to him in no time. I think I might have actually spelled your... Well, maybe not. If I spelled it wrong in the predictions, apologies in advance. I feel like I put an O or an E in there where it doesn't matter, but maybe I'm wrong. This is so weird. So my controller broke last week during the MK ladder. Like about an hour before the ladder ended, my LB button just stopped working. so I couldn't, and LB is what I use for amplify, so I couldn't do any, I couldn't spend any meter. I somehow miraculously won the set that I was in with Rambo without spending any meter or using interactables, but nonetheless, that was a problem. So, because that controller died, I'm using like this different controller that the D-pad doesn't work on, and I got a new controller coming in tomorrow. But that was definitely annoying. It's because MK9 throw is on RB. So when I play, I always move throw to RB because that's how it was in MK9. So like my button layout is kind of legacied back to that, and then like the only other button that wasn't being used was LB or whatever, so I ended up moving it there. I don't prefer. It's not that I necessarily prefer it there. It's just because I prefer the throw button where it's at. It's probably the biggest thing for me. Looks like we do have our players in though. Let's get it on. Reggie, we can probably reset it if needed. Where did you run into Twisted? Make sure you are checking into your matches though, so we can prevent that from happening. But as long as Twisted hasn't started his next match, we can typically get you back in there.
I am back, just to let you know.
Andrew Titan, what is your Smash name? What is your name in Smash GG?
I am excited to see some Spawn. I love Spawn.
Yo, and Dr. Omnipotent has one of the best spawns around. He is going to be an absolute bully with this character. That's going to be the game plan. He's going to push you into the corner, and once you're there, he's just going to harass you with those chains. And for a lot of characters, they're not able to get close enough to actually, you know, respond or do anything with those chains. Or about those chains. So we'll see if Dr. Omnipotent can get away with that here. And in the meantime, while they're in the mid-screen, going to be lots of those long-range normals plus that really, really strong set of projectiles. And here it is, the 3-4 range. He's just going to kind of hang out right here at this range, and it's going to be up to Joe to kind of find a way out. And the other thing, too, about Dr. Omnipotent is the kind of player he is. He's a bully. If he sees that you're having trouble with something, he's going to do this for the rest of the game. Like, you are going to answer this question or you're not going to move on to the other questions. That simple. If you can't figure out the 3-4 game, I'm not going to bother to mix you up or do anything else because this is already enough. And he is a very big subscriber of just like, if it works, we're going to lean on it and there will be no mercy given. I don't know about you guys, but myself, if I like find myself bullying somebody, I innately am like, all right, I gotta stop. I gotta try to do something different. And Dr. Omnipotent does not have that.
Yeah, he is definitely bullying him. I know exactly what you mean now. Although, I'm surprised he's not using Charging Hellspawn. It's definitely working out his variation, but Charging Hellspawn is like what most Spawn players use, but he is still bullying him, that's for sure.
Nep doesn't need it. He's able to just get the little bits of damage required to just do the job here. And look at that. The machine gun brutality coming out. Just unloading. Another thing, too, real quick to note about the lack of the Hellspawn charge is that it also means that when he keeps on catching people trying to jump out, like what people's approaches are is like, okay, I'll try to block it, that doesn't work, I'll try to roll, that doesn't work, I'll try to jump, that doesn't work, and eventually they'll try to break away when they get caught, and the armor break is there to stop that too. So he is just endlessly slamming it home with that set of tools, and it's real tough for people to get out of. Case in point, Joe got put in the corner, did not get out, that was it.
Yeah, I think he was stuck there the entire match.
Mm-hmm. He pushed him to the corner and did not let him out once afterward.
I really like that costume. That gold mask is pretty dope. I'm trying to learn Spawn, so seeing this different variation, I might have to try to switch over and try it out because so many more options. See, he'll get first hit. There we go. Oh, let's see if he can get out of the corner. What is he gonna do? Oh, he is just bombarding him with just buttons. buttons on buttons on buttons. There we go. Let's see if he can get anything. Oh, he could have switched. He could have put him right back in the corner. Oh! Oh!
Wow.
You do not see that crushing blow very often.
Nope.
That was awesome.
That is not commonplace, but we do see Dr. Omnipotent letting it rip here today. Very nicely done. And he's just going to look to continue the onslaught now.
I have never seen such good pressure from a spawn. I've never seen it. I would have no idea what to do right now if I was Joe right now.
I mean,
no
that
idea.
Unfortunately does appear to be what's happening in Joe's case. He is just getting
Flawless
consistently caught. Did he sneak a flawless through? It doesn't count. I was looking at the bracket, putting DQs in, so I didn't cast the curse. But don't feel too proud of yourself, Dr. Omnipotent. You may have gotten away with it this time, but I promise you, I didn't cast the curse, so it doesn't technically count, all right? Doesn't technically count.
Yeah, I hear you always cursing people on your channel, huh?
Dude, there's only a handful of people. It probably happened less than 10 times that people have gotten a flawless victory after I mention it. And every single Jack Command Grab that has attempted to KB, if I talk about it, dead in the water. So I don't talk about it anymore. You guys owe me. Yeah, Zombie's right. The record is phenomenal. Even if it is more than 10, the number of times that I've definitely successfully got the incantation off, phenomenal. It's insane. Ratio is well in my favor here. So Dr. Omnipotent with the 2-0 lead right now. Joe really in trouble here. And this is tournament too, right? This is one of those things where if you don't know what to do, tragically, this is a bad time to figure it out, right? Like this is definitely something that Joe will probably want to have questions about after the set. He'll want to hit the training lab and see if he can find a way out, but in tournament right now, there's already other pressures, and this can really mount and add to that. So it can be quite difficult to kind of find your footing and stabilize. We'll see if Joe can do it. This is a good start, though. Rolls out. Dr. Omnipotent gets a little bit too aggressive and gets a miss. Oh, no, in the corner switch. Also, Goku Black, thank you so much for the follow. Glad you're having fun. Checking out the Nightmare series here. Big boots. All right, here's a throw into the corner. Now, it's not the reverse. Otherwise, that would have been death from the KB, but Dr. Omnipotent is just letting loose. Good challenge on the Amplify, though. He can do this. Honestly, he can do this. One more hit after this into Fatal Blow is all he needs. And honestly, he doesn't even need Fatal Blow anymore. He's going to spend it. That did no damage.
Yeah, that did not. I forgot how much that scales. Oh, he almost came back, too.
He was looking a lot better, though. He was a throwaway. That was real close. We'll see what the response is, though. Joe definitely showing some signs of life in that. He's got it in him. It can be done. Can he try to make it happen again here? He still needs 2 in a row to take this game to stay alive. Big whiff. Okay, gets caught jumping again, those 3-4s, and tries to roll. You can't roll. He's just so far away that you end up not getting behind him. That's what most people are looking for when they roll forward, right? They want to get to the other side of the opponent, but not going to be the case. Oh my God, he got him with the armor break even. Why didn't it brutal? I'm so sad that it didn't brutal. That would have definitely been one for the archives.
I'm not even going to lie to you. I did not even know that was an armor breaker.
Yeah, that's his armor breaker. That is his armor breaker. The first armor breaker that was ever in the game was that one, and then everybody got one after Spawn had one. So that's the OG armor break. Dr. Omnipotent.
I just never see people play a spawn like this.
Yeah, everybody uses the health charge, it seems like. It's a really, really common one for people to just go for the... I mean, that's where you get the damage, and for a lot of people, damage is the big fun thing that everybody wants to interact with, right? That's the thing that people have fun doing is damage. So the big damage is the big draw oftentimes. We're going to take a quick browse around our brackets here to see what our next match is going to be. Because of all the DQs, it did definitely throw off the stream queue, but I do believe that we can go ahead and get Duskbraid and Sage of 6 grabs in here. I've seen Speed Demon in the chat. He's right there ready to go. I've seen Duskbraid in the chat, so we should be good to go and get these two fine gentlemen in here for our next set. Should be a good one. Noob versus Raiden would be my prediction. Speaking of prediction, though, we can also go ahead and cash out those of you guys that placed your bets for Dr. Omnipotent. And we'll get a new one up for this upcoming set of Duskbraid versus the Sage of 6 grabs.
I feel like Raiden has really came back into the game. Like, I don't know when, but like the last couple of months, I've been seeing a lot more Raidens than I used to.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely made some changes to him. They gave him some kind of Unga Bunga mix that he didn't really have before. And I think Raiden has kind of steadily moved into a better spot. I think there are still a couple of maybe abilities that can need some tweaking or adjustments that kind of put them on the map a little bit better. But I think Raiden is also one of those other characters that does currently allow for multiple play styles, right? Like, so there's a handful of characters that the overall design and the balance of their abilities and etc. Oh, you're here, okay, Slick Beats is here. My bad, Slick. If you're here, my bad. I just saw that you were DQ'd before, so we can do that. I don't remember what I was saying. Something, character fight other character. Do you remember what I was saying?
You were talking about Raiden and his buffs.
Oh, yes,
and how he tweaks.
Yeah, so Raiden has multiple playstyles, right? Like we've seen people going for the Raijin buff and the low launcher and stuff, and then we've also seen people playing kind of the typical Storm Cell build. So those two builds kind of can live, and there are a handful of other characters that are in that place. I'd like to see more of that happening. Did you forget to check in? If you didn't check in, that'd be why you got DQ'd. But we can reset it. Which pool are you in, Angry Titan? That would probably help us find you a little bit quicker. Which pool are you in?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see some Raiden because I know I always get mixed up when I don't know the string off the top of my head, but it's he can either do like a mid command grab where he like teleports behind you and throws you, or he does a Storm Cell, which can get a way bigger combo obviously, and I always get mixed up by that. But the thing is about the Storm Cell is that if you block the third hit of it, if you duck the third hit of it, you can just get him with a easy uppercut crushing blow into a...
Yeah, he's got to take a big risk going for that on block. That's the kind of that's why I use the term Unga Bunga for it too, because it's like the throw string that he has is the same case, right? If you read that they're going for that throw, it's a high, and you duck it, and now you can get a KB. And the same thing if you read that they're going to go into Storm Cell, which starts as a mid but can be ducked at the end. Same situation. So he does take this big risk on which side he's going to go, but because of the way that Storm Cell works, you can get so much damage out of it that it is, in some cases, absolutely worth it to kind of go for that. And that's the Storm Cell approach, but you also see players that are going for the Raijin approach where they'll go for like the Spark Burst or whatever, and that's got like a little bit of a safer, more chip-based approach, and that has also been quite effective as well, we've seen. So we are going to go ahead and get our names in here. We do see Speed Demon joining us, just waiting on Duskbraid to enter as well. And once Duskbraid gets in, we'll be able to get started.
Now, who did you say that you think the other one, who the other guy plays again?
I'm anticipating Noob Saibot versus Raiden. That would be my initial guess, because Speed Demon plays a lot of Raiden, and Speed Demon plays a lot of Noob Saibot, and Duskbraid plays a lot of Raiden. So that would be my initial guess. I know that Speed Demon does maybe have a couple other characters, but I think that'd be at least out of the gate that we'll likely see. This is week 3 right now, Anime Cowboy, and there are 8 weeks in the series. So next week is going to be week 4, and that will start on Tuesday. So Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. CST is when you'll want to come through.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna. I don't know who would win that matchup.
Yeah, it does definitely depend on what tools they bring too. I think that Turtle Raiden can maybe turtle up a little bit harder, but we'll see. Yo, Blackout, the rules are if it's 200 the whole time that you can clip it and we'll DQ people for that. On the other side of that as well, Slade knows that he is from the EU, so he is aware of the circumstances if that is the case, and his fate. So highly recommend, like, take the clip. We can't do it on people just saying that shit because then we have people option selecting it, and if I win, I'm not gonna complain, but if I lose, I'm gonna complain, and like, there needs to be some level of like control to it. So if you're running with a shitty connection, if it's pinging and spiking over 200, clip that shit. That's the way we gotta have the rules around it, and I will totally adhere to. And like, you know, worst case, we have to, you know, have a little argument with somebody else, but the rules are the rules and they are posted. So if it's over 200, definitely clip that. And look, if people want to get unreasonable, I will take the fault. I'll be the bad guy that says that they have to go. You know, it's not their fault. It's my fault that these are the rules that I have. I'll be the bad guy that has to be the one to deliver the bad news of like, hey, you got to get DQ'd. And if people don't like it, then maybe they don't show up back to my tournament, and that sucks. But it is what it is. We got to make sure it's moving forward. But we do also have to have like a through line of set of rules to make sure we maintain order, because otherwise we run into people just making shit up, or, you know, it's only a matter of time before people just like, yo, let's all just say that this really annoying player is laggy, and then if all of us say it, then he gets banned, and fucking, and no, we don't have to prove it, we just complain. So I'm just trying to make sure that everybody gets a fair trial. Dustbraid, are you not getting those invites? I will send you another one. Can you try to send an invite to him as well? Get your bread up, because he's not getting mad, I don't think. His gamer tag is just Duskbraid, just like it sounds, all one word.
Alright.
Instead. Looks like Speed Demon saying he also sent him one, so doing our best to get Duskbraid in here. We know he's in the chat in the lobby though, so this is not a case of like missing person. We know he's here, just trying to get the communications out properly, and we'll get going. Try resetting your console if you're not getting invites then, Dustbraid. Like, if you're not getting invites to come through on your end, you might want to reset everything. It'll go from there.
Here, I'll try and invite him real quick, and if it doesn't work, then yeah, do what Dream said.
You check in on the Smash GG website, Angry Titan. You can also ask, like, mods to help check you in, but you do need to be explicit. I know you've been here and it's your first time, so it's totally understandable, but unless you were saying in the chat, hey, can somebody check me in, the mods aren't going to necessarily go out of their way to do that just because they see you in the chat. So you'll want to make sure you're directly asking a mod to be checked in, and they are more than willing to help you out with that. But there's just so many people that typically it's best to try to get people to do it on their own so they can go at their own pace. But we're totally willing to help people out that need some help. But yeah, make sure you're checking in on the website, or at least asking for help, and we'll get you through there. But the majority of this is all done through this website right here. And the website is, of course, the Smash GG website that I'm looking at right here. So, you know, for you guys, when you guys are doing your matches, like for this example, if this was my match, you'd go in here and there would be an option for me to say, hey, I'm here. And then, of course, Duskbraid has already said he's here. So if I was Sage of Six Crabs and I say, hey, I'm here, then it would start the match, and then we can both go in and get started. So that would be kind of the approach. But yeah, just make sure you let people know what exactly the help is that you need, and we're happy to oblige. Like I said, I know it's your first time, so hopefully we'll be able to make sure we get on the right communication paths on next time. So, you know, we're on the same wavelength, and we'll make sure you get through the bracket no problemo. All right, I think Duskbraid's also gonna probably need a bonus invite. I will send you another one. Oh wait, hold on. He says last online 1 minute ago. So is he back? Okay. Is he in here? Or
no, he's not in here yet. I did send the invite, but I don't think it worked for him.
And that's the thing too, is sometimes the check-in doesn't work. Sometimes it messes up. Sometimes, you know, the page doesn't reset, or you're not logged in or whatever, and mistakes happen. And as long as you get a hold of us, we'll try to get that corrected for you right away, because, you know, it's not perfect, right? It's the internet, and we're trying to make our way through, and we do run into problems. So that's what we've got the mods here. Big shout-outs, of course, to Zombie Sweat, the best mod in the business. He doesn't even play this game, but he is here to help and make sure you guys have a good experience going through Smash GG and everything. So big shout-out to Zombie, and of course, congratulations to him recently graduating and all finished up with college. So definitely out there making big moves and still taking the time to come hang out with us as well. So big thanks to Zombie. All right, Duskbraid, let me know. Okay, there he is, right there in the chat. He says he wants another one, so everybody with the capacity to send him an invite, that's in the lobby. Might have actually just made a weird request. Go ahead and get some invites out to Duskbraid, and we'll see if he can get in here with us. The alternative, Duskbraid, if this doesn't work, meet us in the Black Dragon Fight Club, and we'll start a room with you from there. So we'll just start the lobby up with you in there if we need to, but hopefully we can just get you an invite and get you in the normal way. Oh, nope. Alright, invite has been sent.
Also gonna send one out just to try and help out a little bit. Oh, he got it.
Alright, sweet. So, successful invite has been sent. I do believe also that Speed Demon is permanent player 2, like myself. So, doesn't matter which side he's on, he's still going to be on player 1 when he gets in. We do have some good Fujin players around here, Small Giant. You know, Juice was not here today, but Juice is actually a really good Fujin player that does play around here quite regularly. I don't know what happened to him today, but like, you know, for the last 3 weeks he actually has been here, so I would expect for him to be coming back in the future as well. Oh yeah, Kusanagi does have a good Fujin. Kusanagi's been leaning a little bit more on his Jackie lately, but yeah, he does have a good Fujin too. And then of course K7, the Frosty Champ, his Fujin comes out quite a bit too. He played week 1, we'll see if we can hear more from him this season, but he does have a solid Fujin. I think we saw that Fujin actually in week 1 top 8, so...
Ooh.
Okay, so...
Blackout lost to Slade, I see.
Yep. So Blackout was at the top of the leaderboard. Of course, he's still alive, though, just in the loser's bracket. So
still alive in the loser's bracket.
Turn it around. And he's still fairly deep in the loser's bracket as well. He's got like 4 matches to run in the loser's bracket, but he would have had 2 left on the other side. So it does double your work, but still has the chance here. Duskbraid, let us know if that invite did not work, because he said he's got it, but we do not have him. So, oh wait, spoke too soon. Here he is. Let's go.
Yep.
Alas, we can go ahead and fight. The predictions already ran. It took longer than anticipated, so we're not going to be able to place any bets on this one. Hopefully you guys got them in beforehand. Also, thank you so much for the follow, Bulletproof. Ramfornicus, who is considered the worst contender? I don't know if there's a equal consensus on it. I think the argument was, up until very recently, people would all say like Shao Kahn and RoboCop were all down there at the bottom, and Rambo even. But they just buffed all 3 of those characters. I think RoboCop and Shao buffs were a little bit more effective. For me, I'd probably say bottom character would be either Rambo or Melina. I think those might be the weakest characters, but they're still like capable of winning. That's probably the best part about MK11, is that even with the tier list having, you know, tops and bottoms to it, it's so smushed together that those bottom tier characters can still kind of hang with almost all of the mid tier characters they can hang with, and they can even kind of sometimes sneak a win off of those high tier characters if you have a really strong player behind the wheel that knows what they're doing and can make the right reads in the right plays. Because damage in this game too is another like crazy. Like Rambo, as bad as he is, you catch somebody with that roll KD into a follow-up, that's an 80% sequence. So, who knows? Alright. Little neutral here. And these were the characters we were expecting as well, right? Raiden and Noob Saibot here. Noob Saibot going to try to control the mid screen, but you see those moves there from Duskbraid. He can quickly close that gap, so Speed Demon will need to be a little careful, and of course he's going to teleport all over the place to make it very hard to lock him down or get off any of the typical zoning that Noob Saibot loves to do. Oh, no commitment.
Oh, he's got him. Oh, jumps out of the corner. Oh, misses the corner conversion, but he still takes the round.
Yeah, that could have been a kill if he got that conversion. Unfortunately, though, you know, it didn't happen, but still got the redemption hit there. Speed Demon able to take the lead.
Teleports right out of the corner. Oh.
Oh, man, this is going to be interesting. Mexico to EU. Slade, I'm not sure if you guys are on stream. Let me take a double quick check, but it is possible that you guys are going to be the next on stream. Although this might be a particularly laggy match, just given where you guys are from.
Oh, get them with the punish.
Because this is going to be, because I believe Sure Pain is from Mexico, and I believe you're from across the pond, so we'll see.
Oh, and he gets him, puts him in the corner and ends it using both bars. Good job.
Had to spend quite a bit of resources to get it done, but get it done he did. And now he's got some positioning here. Here's the teleport. Going to be no breakaway to get out of this. Opti's coming out from Speed Demon as well. Look at this damage. 40% for a bar. That is so good.
That's what I mean by earlier when I said Noob Saibot is scary up close. I mean, 400 for a bar. How many people can do that? Not
very many, and definitely not very many characters that can also just rapid fire chuck a bunch of really stressful projectiles at you too. Not the best zoning, but very competent. And when combined with players that have those optimal combos down, it is crazy strong.
And that's what I was talking about right there, ducking that last one. Ducking that last hit of the storm cells. Oh.
And there we go. Speed
what a
Demon
good
it out.
read he had.
Yeah, sniffing out those teleports. So Speed Demon going to take the early lead. Let's see if he can maintain it. Of course, it is a first to 3 scenario, so Duskbraid does have some opportunity here to now make some adjustments.
Still a good match. Duskbraid is not out of it, that's for sure.
So, let's see. I don't think we'll see a character switch, though. That, I think we can kind of reliably say is we're not going to be seeing a shift to a different character. I think we will continue to see Raiden here. I think Raiden does also have decent tools to get the job done. So, we'll see if Duskbraid can bring those to bear here properly. You know, that teleport gets around these zoning attempts if he can get in with it. Of course, doesn't want to get it red, and he's got the damage output. I think we even saw, you know, an instance where he caught with a normal but just didn't commit into that storm cell, so tightening that up a little bit could have just been that damage decider there to turn the tide. So, you know, the fact that Duskbraid is getting those hits, that means he's got it in him. So some minor adjustments here might be all it takes for Duskbraid to put one on the board. Let's see if it can be done. Early lead here for the Thunder God.
Yeah, I think Speed Demon just had some really good reads at the end of that last game.
Yeah, look at that beautiful hunt down, though, after the teleport. Even with that advancing string, able to close that gap in time. Okay, trying to bait for the armor break there, it looks like. You know, that is Noob Saibot's armor breaker, and he going after that launcher, kind of trying to wait to see if Duskbraid will break away. So far, I don't think Duskbraid has taken that bait, though. He's been just repeatedly kind of letting Speed Demon get that damage, and when he's shorting it out at that back two on no armor break, he's actually leaving quite a bit of damage on the table.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Okay.
Will he be able to have the comeback?
He needs just one hit into Fatal Blow. Yep. Big whiff punish, Storm
there
Cell, he's got it. Oh, he's gonna spend both bars and keep the Fatal Blow. Beautiful, barely calculating enough damage on that one, but 354 was enough. Duskbraid on the board here in game 2, and of course, keeps the Fatal Blow for later. Raiden with Storm Cell has one of those really effective, like, if I touch you, you die moments that he can create as well because of that. Uh-oh, this is big. Here's the launcher. Breakaway now available. Speed Demon doesn't go for it, but 285 is not bad for an anti-breakaway combo attempt anyway.
Puts him right back in the corner with that back throw. But you got Speed Demon got some distance with that. Oh, puts himself back in the corner. Oh.
Oh, wow. Again with those long-range staff normals. Just catching Speed Demon trying to go for his own whiff punishes and finding no one home. Duskbraid gonna take the game. 2-0 in the round count as well. Very much in control throughout.
Yeah, he was looking very solid. I think he did some little minor adjustments and he came back and got both rounds. 1-1 now.
Absolutely.
I wonder if he'll change characters or if he's gonna stay with Noob.
Yeah, that definitely looked like Speed Demon was kind of on the back foot there and not really finding the answers he needed. So we could very well see a switch up here.
Nope, I was wrong. Yeah, the first game Speed Demon was doing really good reads, and the second game Dust Spray just was not having it at all. He said, nope, you're not going to read me today. My book is locked, like my diary.
Very nicely done. I think Speed Demon, just a couple of adjustments here, though. I think a big part of that, too, was, you know, he was getting his fireball timings kind of read, and we saw Dust Spray net a lot of damage on those teleports. So we'll see if Speed Demon can maybe tone down some of that projectile offense. Another big thing, too, is, right, that staff, the range that Dust Spray has been able to control and challenge right there. He's shimmying up, getting Speed Demon to whiff, and then just swinging with a way longer range and weapon-based normal that keeps on catching Speed Demon. Speed Demon needs to be very careful about the ranges that Raiden can kind of still be a threat. Like right here. Duck.
Oh, he thought he was going to punish him.
Going for Optis here as well. That's a drop, but he'll get the redemption throw. And now one more hit from Speed Demon could actually be enough to close it out with that fatal blow ready. I think he just actually tried to spend it, though.
He does not have a breaker. Oh, way too late. There we go. Okay. He almost choked it away, but he came back. He's good. He's good. Oh, barely misses the punish. Oh, good armor breaker. Good read. Oh, now he's getting the punish. Probably going to put him in the corner. Nope. Breaks away. See how much damage he gets in the corner right now. 300. Keeps in the corner. The pressure is insane right now. Oh my gosh. Does not finish it out.
Nope,
I don't think.
Not quite enough. Can he maybe go for a chip out? Oh wow, he went for the YOLO teleport. Here's the deal though. If that would have caught, 50% from a teleport combo is not unheard of with that fatal blow queued up. So Speed Demon did take a big risk, but the reward would have been huge if he caught him, and he didn't really have the health to make anything else happen either there. So I can appreciate the attempt there, but Dust Spray did not gonna get caught off guard, and he will instead take the lead now up 2-1 over Speed Demon. Excuse me.
Speed Demon, he's still looking good. It's just he keeps getting caught just at the wrong times. Still sticking with the noob Cybot too.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be kind of rocking the noob Cybot the whole way if he can.
Raiden's teleport is very, very handy.
I'll see if I can get a hold of him on the Twitterverse, Zombie. I got a feeling, though, if he has gone silent, that may very well indicate that he has walked away and exited the building.
Oh, just teleport on him. A little easy. Oh, thought he was gonna do a command grab.
Wow. Some damage here. Gonna start building those clones as well. One thing to note real quick also, Speed Demon has not hit the clone KB yet. 10 clones from Noob Cybot gives him access to the clone KB, which is one of the craziest hits in the game. It can turn some of those 40% into 50% without a fatal blow even required. And he's been building lots and lots of clones, so it'll be interesting to see if he, as these rounds start to push for that round 3, that becomes much more likely as a factor. So we'll see if that clone KB will make an appearance here in this set. Right now, Speed Demon taking that first round, very nicely done, and punishing the teleport attempt. No commitment, though.
He's just getting it to the perfect range with his slides and just making Dusk Braid whiff just a tiny bit.
Right. Ducking under.
Got some staggers going on.
Lightning is away.
See, that teleport just puts the pressure on him like.
poke. Look at how far away he's able to reset that. But of course, you reset the positioning over and over again against Raiden, but he can always slip past your guard and get around you with that teleport. So it's a very, very hard character to kind of lock down, and that's what Noob Saibot typically wants to do, is he wants to lock you out, lock you in a position where he can kind of control the pace, and Raiden is very, very hard to kind of tie down. Alright, teleports back out again. Random Storm Cell will find the mark here. Gonna get some decent damage, doesn't get the full combo, but still gets out of there, and then right back in. How do you contain him?
This is so fast-paced right now, I don't even know what to think.
Yeah, lots of staggers here from Duskbraid as well, just finding repeated openings. Speed Demon just a little bit too slow on these button presses to challenge back. Another clone in the tank here. I haven't been keeping track. Uh-oh, no breakaway to stop this. This could be full double Storm Cell damage.
Oh.
No, the drop at the end? Okay. Getting a little squirrely here. Speed Demon just now pushing Duskbraid to the 50% mark. Another throw, though. I think he's dead. Oh, definitely
yes,
dead with the KB.
Didn't even know he had that crushing blow.
I did not either. Was unaware that that was queued and ready, but Duskbraid absolutely prepared. Cash is out big time on the damage for the kill, and he'll be moving forward. So let's go ahead and pop our bracket up here, and we're going to be moving into our next match, which is going to be Too Easy versus Dark Elite. I know that Too Easy says he's got work, so we're going to try to get him out of here as quick as we can. So we're going to run Too Easy versus Dark Elite, and then Slade versus Shira Ryu right after that, so that we can hopefully get all that stuff, you know, ready to go. So let's go ahead and put these predictions in and get these invites out for the Too Easy versus Dark Elite match. And this one, to be quite honest, is a marquee matchup of the night. This is going to be one of the more intense matches here between two of the more talented competitors we've got in the bracket. Too Easy, renowned player across both consoles, even was at the We Play event, has had some really, really cool opportunities. And Dark Elite, like I was saying earlier, in my opinion, the absolute best Scarlet in the scene. So we will see how Too Easy fares against somebody of this caliber. I will say right off the bat, Too Easy has been playing a little bit more Cetrion, so the Cetrion versus Scarlet matchup could be what we see. That would definitely be interesting, though. But let's go ahead and get these invites out first and foremost, so we can have Too Easy and Dark Elite join us. I have sent out the invites now, so it's just a matter of time before the action begins.
Dark Elite just joined.
Yep, he's very, very quick with it. Very, very hungry for the battle. So making his entrance quickly.
Too Easy also plays, I could be wrong, but he also plays Scorpion, doesn't he?
Yeah, he plays Scorpion and Sub-Zero as well. So the two ninjas is what we see a lot of from him, and then he's also been playing quite a bit of Cetrion as of late. I don't know. I haven't had him confirm with me what exactly the mindset is, but my understanding is the ninjas come from a place of enjoying the characters, but when it comes to Cetrion, it's like, I like winning too. So
yeah.
I don't know, maybe he is more of a Cetrion fan, but I do believe that Cetrion is a little bit more of a, just this character's too strong to ignore. We do have our invites out and our players are in, so let's go ahead and pull this match up here. Dark Elite versus Too Easy. Predictions are up as well. Those of you guys that think you know who's going to take this one home, feel free to place your bets with your channel points, and we'll see who can get rewarded. Too Easy, though, locking in early with the Cetrion pick. So a very, very strong character, and in a lot of ways expected from Too Easy. Dark Elite, however, changing the script a little bit with yet again another early Noob Saibot pick. Now, he didn't commit to Noob Saibot the whole way last time, but we'll see if he's going to stick around this time. But Too Easy not wanting to do the Noob Saibot matchup. He's now instead looking to summon Jade, perhaps. I think Jade does really good in the matchup.
Definitely not what I expected from either of them.
Nope. This is very weird.
I expected full sweat from both of them.
And the clock is going to start to tick out here on the character select screen. You are going to need to make a decision at some point. So it looks like it will indeed be Jade versus Noob that we're going to get our hands on here. I think an important question is the variation. So we got Air Teleport, which is going to actually be good for dealing with some of the Jade stuff. the Air Razor Ring. Air Teleport will allow that to go faster. Shadow Portals means it's going to lead to damage, and Shadow Slide is going to be a check that may not actually be quite effective against Jade. Jade, of course, has the Delia's Dance on there. Very deadly set of strings there that introduces a lot of really tough mix-ups to deal with. Speaking of, there they are. Beautiful punish right out of the gate, though, from Dark Elite. Immediate glow
Dark
up.
Elite, I mean,
That's how you deal with it, right? That jump back Air Razor Ring is not going to work against Noob Saibot rocking Air Teleport. That move is going to give him a quick enough response that that's not going to be a viable strategy here in this matchup. Now, and even when she's glowing too, right? Even while glowing, Teleport will still catch. So Too Easy's going to have to kind of get that idea out of the arsenal because Air Razor Rings are going to get blown up. Ooh, the taunts.
I think he's taunting him a little bit.
Calling him out.
He said, come over here.
I dare you. Too Easy on Fatal Blow here. The mix-up with Delia's Dance. The throw to take the life lead as well here.
Just barely, though. Definitely one hit away from either. Oh!
Interactable! The Interactable Master. Just barely too far away, though.
Man. Sometimes I just get so into these games, I'm just speechless. Like, you get 10% health for both of them, like, you just don't know who's gonna win. Good flawless block into the up two.
Alright, so pokes out. And there's going to catch him with the down four into the slide there.
Oh.
And no purple stuff to protect, actually, too. Because that purple stuff, of course, purple stuff makes Jade the projectile immune, which is why we're seeing Dark Elite not sending any projectiles across the screen. But once that purple stuff is gone, it's going to be a lot more free to kind of challenge at multiple distances here. But you see, both players kind of wary to rely on that. They know that they've got good answers for dealing with it, so we're not actually seeing it come out too heavily here. Too Easy about to take this one, though, and there it is. The Delia's Dance off the poke will be enough. And that will be Jade on the board early. Now, Dark Elite has the opportunity, of course, for a counter pick here. And I know Dark Elite plays Jade himself. Now, will he pick Shang, a character that has one of the few projectiles that beats the glow? Or is he going to maybe continue it out with Noob Saibot? Anything could happen here. Damn, Slick beat Justin.
Jade,
let's go.
Jade was a good pick for counter on Noob, it looks like. I'm excited to see if he changes it up. Going to Scarlet, it looks like. Not gonna be able to throw too many projectiles, but definitely have more options than just that. What's that thing that comes out of the air? The little tail whip blood thing?
The tentacle?
Yeah, the tentacle. Yeah. I'm blanking a little bit right now. Tentacle and the blood boil or boiling point should be able to help him out in this situation. Oh yeah. He's gonna be throwing a lot of those air projectiles though. Jump air projectiles. Corner pressure. Oh, that's punishable, yep. Oh, teleports out of the corner. Oh, almost gets corner conversion. Upset. He just chipping it. Oh, uses the fatal blow. He believes in himself, guys.
Gotta do it.
Still does not have the health lead. Oh, but that's gonna take it right there. Only 6% left. Oh.
Throw tech to barely hang on. Oh! Just out of range of the blood tongue.
Yep.
Again, sprinting past it.
Oh, shoot!
That was so close. Too Easy was
So
almost
close.
gonna make that comeback there. Dark Elite finally puts her down, but not for good. Still another round to go, and that was a scramble.
That proves if you believe in yourself, you can do it. You can do it. Does not convert fully off of that, I don't believe. Teleports out of the corner again. That teleport's very, very handy in this situation.
Alright, flawless block,
And the
reducing the
plus
chip,
frame.
goes for the YOLO overhead. Darkly doesn't have a lot to sort of work with though, right? So he's taking these big risks knowing that, hey, if he gets caught, it's a whatever. I don't have a lot of health anyway.
Oh, I think he got chipped out. Yep.
Yep, didn't have the defensive meter to survive, so that will be too easy. Closing out round 2 and tying things up here. If he can take this next round, that'll be a big lead for Too Easy.
18%. Barely got him with that. That was perfect range.
Man, I have seen arguably too many of these overheads connecting here for Dark Elite. He has just been kind of throwing it out there, not even in an attempt to get the KD, right? He's not going for back-to-back. He's just throwing it out. And look at that beautiful parry as well. I will say, though, Too Easy has been relying on the run to close the gap, right? So that's the quick adjustment to deal with that. If you're just going to keep on using the pole vault to get in, there's a tool that works for that, no problem.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't even have thought about that. And
He's dead.
I think he is. Yep. That special move does so much damage, man.
Yeah, Blood Boiler is a
Unbreakable
beautiful
damage.
combo ender.
1-1 now. Dark Elite is staying in it.
Definitely answering back here. Now, of course, we saw early on that Too Easy was going to Cetrion and then kind of changed his mind when he saw that Noob Saibot was the pick. I think Too Easy was going to Cetrion anticipating that Dark Elite would be playing his usual Scarlet. So now that Scarlet has made an appearance, I think we will see Too Easy going for that Cetrion pick. And here's the deal. In terms of a counter pick war, Cetrion, or Too Easy, has the advantage. He's got that first game, so he can afford to have the counter picks go kind of back and forth as long as they, you know, keep on going in the same pattern. He'll come out victorious. Ooh, not going to see Cetrion. Scorpion instead.
Oh,
this is still a great answer, though.
I love Scorpion. That was my first character that I learned. That was when I first started playing the game. I ended up using Hellport Cancel, but I started out with the whole Searing Rage and realized it was too punishable, so I changed. But
yes,
Hellport Cancel is gonna help a lot.
I feel like it's the kind of thing that is. I mean, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. The you know, some characters have multiple playstyles and some don't. Scorpion feels like one of those that tragically doesn't. Hellport Cancel is just too good, and the other abilities are just not good enough that you see almost every single Scorpion running Hellport Cancel. I think the one reason you might see more of them is like because 50% of the Scorpions, and this is being generous, 50% of the Scorpions that you run into that don't have Hellport Cancel also don't have any idea what they're doing. And that's why they're running like the classic Steering Range. There's a handful of Scorpion players that might be trying to genuinely make the sword stance work or some of the other abilities work, but a lot of those kind of no teleport cancel builds are coming from the no brains people too. So
yeah, that's why I didn't use it at the beginning, because first off I didn't know what I was doing, and second off I stopped using it because about a month or two in, people started understanding the game a lot better.
Yeah,
so I had to switch it up.
Alright, beautiful conversion here. Gonna get the crushing blow as well. 367 and then some with that bleed. You can see Dark Elite's health bar slowly ticking away.
Yeah, his Scorpion is looking solid right now.
Oh, beautiful lead on that breakaway as well. Yeah, he's got a really solid lead. And there it is. Beautiful use of that teleport cancel. Just catches his opponent trying to take a turn back, but Scorpion is not giving it up easy. And the flawless block off the plus frames? Wow, Too Easy made a bold call out and read right there at the end, and it absolutely paid off. He's going to go ahead and take game number 3, and I think what he also did there, which is arguably more important, is he sent a message that Dark Elite is going to probably not want to read. Do not check that messages. Just delete it. Get rid of it. You do not want to read that message, because that message is, I know what you're up to and I'm coming to stop you. And Dark Elite needs to not worry about that. Don't let, because I think that's one of the bigger things that can happen with Flawless Block, is if you start making your opponents question their offense, that can be really terrifying, because Scorpion's already a character that has a really strong throw strike game, and you don't necessarily want him on top of you, and part of getting him off of you is pushing buttons and hitting him. And when you're questioning that as your approach, like, I can't block him, I can't hit him, what do? You lose. So hopefully Dark Elite doesn't get too rattled by that beautiful Flawless Block call out from Too Easy at the end of that last game. Yeah, Black Loki, the next date is going to be next Tuesday, so if you want to sign up, you can sign up right now if you'd like, and Tuesday will be the next tournament. Yo, what's going on, Daily Nader? Scarlet indeed. Daily Nader, of course, a big fan of Scarlet around these parts, and a big supporter as well, has really helped out with the prize pools. So big thanks to Daily Nader for making sure these Xbox players got something great to fight over so they can put on a big show here.
Get some health back from that.
Yeah, I love that Scarlet can heal. I think that's such a cool and
too.
interesting mechanic. A character that can kind of afford to take risks in some way because she can recover from them in a way that most of the characters absolutely cannot. Kodal's and like maybe one other character, the characters like I think Rambo can heal technically, but it's very rare that characters have effective means of healing. And not only does Scarlet have healing, but it's like viable healing. It's not like, like Shang technically has healing, but it's kind of like iffy to make it work. But Scarlet's healing is actually pretty strong, and there's multiple sources too. The parry and her blood spurt do it. Look at that solid closeout from Too Easy.
Yeah. How much does Scarlet get healed back when she does that?
It's proportional. It depends on how much it did. So if you do it in a long combo, you get less health back than if you do it just a raw blood ball, for example. So I think it's like maybe you get like 6 or 60% of it for whatever, but it's like I said, it's 60% of whatever the damage is. So if you end a combo in it and try to spend another bar on it, then you won't heal as much as if you just hit him with a raw one, or just like standard normal on the ground into it as opposed to like full combo. Yo, Daily Nader, thank you so much for the bits as well. Really appreciate that, and definitely going to be throwing that money right into the prize pool. Which, speaking of the prize pool, if you guys want to help out with the prize pool, you guys can donate, or if you guys want to help out in a more indirect way without having to open your wallets, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am putting $1 into the prize pool for every new subscriber that I get by the end of the season. We started at 410, and for every subscriber I get, we're going to go ahead and throw $1 in there. So that is just free money that you guys can throw into the prize pool if you want. And of course, the YouTube channel is where all of the top 8s and all of the stream archives, they're all posted up there. So if you missed any of the action, want to go back, want to show your friends what happened, if you played on stream and want to be able to show it off, all of that is up on the YouTube. So please go over there and sub to that. I would really appreciate it. And I gotta be honest, I don't necessarily need you to watch the content, because you guys are here watching now, and that is more than enough for me. But subscribing will help for the algorithm, and it'll put it in front of other people that like YouTube, or like Mortal Kombat stuff on YouTube. So even if you guys aren't watching and you guys are just subscribing, that genuinely does do a lot for me. So I would really appreciate it if you guys would go over there and sub. And of course, like I said, I'm putting $1 in for each one of you that does it too. So let's get that prize pool nice and big for our competitors. It looks like, though, one of our competitors is going to be moving on. We do have Too Easy taking the W here. The counter pick against Scarlet, I think, is part of that. Obviously, Scarlet is a traditional kind of zoning character, and a character with a teleport turns that aspect off, forces you to have to play a little bit more rushdown Scarlet, and while it's not awful, it's not what she's really best at, and not able to cut it. So Too Easy moves on 3-1 over Dark Elite, and we're going to move now to Slade P1 versus Shirai Ryu at Pain FZ for our next match just outside of the top 8. And then after that, it should be just top 8 matches coming up after that. We got Zeiss Shock and Kuzco, and then it'll be matches for top 8 after that. So that is.
Just got one more for the night.
No, we got plenty more for the night. This was just one more before we get into matches that are for top 8. But it's actually 2 more. There's this one and one more, and then there are more matches to get into top 8 after that. So let's go ahead and get these invites out to Shirai Ryu and P1 Slate. Now this is also a match that We were talking about it earlier. There is a possibility of this having some connection concerns because one player is from Mexico and the other player is from, I don't know which country specifically, but Europe, so across the ocean, which is quite the distance. So hopefully the connection isn't too wonky. That being said, though, maybe both of them are kind of used to having to play under somewhat higher ping situations, so they might be feeling at home. But we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully it doesn't get too out of control for these players and that they can still put on a good show. That is one of the unfortunate things about, you know, Xbox and it being such a small scene, that we do not have the luxury of having a large enough pool of players to have an EU-only event or have a Mexico-only event. So unfortunately, you know, it feels a little bit too restrictive to say those players can't join, because then we just start cutting our population up even more. So it'd be nice if we could get some more events popping up around the world, but that's not currently the case, so we'll have to make do. Also, thank you, Jay Shaw, for the follow. I'm trying to figure out P1 Slade's gamertag. What is your gamertag, Slade? Or wait, hold on. Maybe I should look at it before I just guess. Okay, so it's, I've been dyslexiaing it up. I was putting the P1 at the start. It's Slade P1, not P1 Slade. I'm also saying it like that too. So I've been talking to a different person apparently for the last 5 minutes. Whoops, Slade P1. That's who we're actually trying to get. Slade P1, and look at that. This person with the Mortal Kombat gamer picture might be the one I'm looking for. We'll see. I'm just gonna go on a guess here. We do have Shiryu Pain here. Yeah. If the ping is ends up being too crazy, then that's probably what we'll end up having to do, Slade. But hopefully you guys can make it through. We'll see what Shiryu says. It's gonna kind of be, you guys are gonna be seeing it more than I am. If it's really bad, it'll show on the stream. But we're watching the rollback, so if it's just like kind of iffy, then you guys will see it and we won't see it, and you guys might actually be able to make it through. So we'll see. And yes, Too Easy, you play the winner of this fight off stream. So right now we're just waiting on Slade to join us, and then you'll play the winner off stream, Too Easy. And I did send that invite, I think. Slade, let me know if you need another one. And also, let's go ahead and cash out these predictions. Too Easy taking it home. Let's get another prediction up as well here for our next competitors, which is, as we said,
grab a water real quick. I'll be back in like 1 minute.
And his opponent, Slade. Wait, capital P. So predictions are up. Players are in the lobby. Let's let the match begin. Oh, Fujin time. Somebody was asking for some Fujin play earlier. Your wish shall be granted, it looks like. So our first time seeing Rain here on the stream. I also want to say first time seeing Fujin here tonight as well. So some debuts here on the night, and I am thrilled to see some Rain here. I myself play Rain as well, so anytime I get to see somebody else rocking the Adenian Prince, I'm all about it. Decent start as well. He's got the Quantum Slice. Now, I don't think he's got the Quantum Rift, so he can't absorb projectiles to get the KB going, but he does have that Slice, which is honestly quite a strong just mobility tool, because he can use it from the air. It looks like he's got that part of the build in there, and you know, it's safe on block, so really strong. Weird thing though, doesn't work on Jade. Jade's glow goes right through Quantum Slice as well, counts as a projectile. Very strange. So
I did not know that. I have actually not got the chance to play.
Oh,
Rain
ESPN
yet.
got by the bot.
Oh, crushing blow to end the round.
ESPN, there's a command in the chat. where you can do exclamation point 99%, and the robot will pick a random person in the chat and call them a 99%. So the robot means no harm. Don't start a fight with the robot, please. The robot will win, by the way, as well. I'm sure you've ran into very hard AI. It's going to flawless block all your attacks. It's going to know what you're doing before you do. It's cheating, for sure. I highly recommend you just don't pick a fight with it. Alright, forward 3, looking to close that gap.
Oh, I was just going to say he's about to take it, but... Oh, he did anyways.
Nicely done. Slade on the board with the rain pick. All right, quick question before we get too deep into this. How is the connection? Any complaints from either side? It looked good for the stream, so it wasn't chopping up all over there. But like I've said before, we are watching the rollback of it, the recording. So it's like slightly behind what you guys are playing on, and of course we're not going to get any of the jarring connection issues unless they're really bad. So we'll see big connection spikes, but if it's just little stuff and it's staying consistent, it'll actually probably look pretty clean for us. Although I don't hear any complaints in the chat, and they are quick to go back to character selection, so it looks like they are gonna play it out here, which is what I like to see. We all know what we're dealing with here. Of course, I would be also, before I get too off on a tangent praising people that don't complain, I would be the first motherfucker to be bitching about somebody's laggy connection. Guaranteed. I also would immediately clip that shit and show the world how angry it makes me. But, you know, I would be very quick to complain. So don't feel bad if you guys complain. I'm not calling you guys out. For sure, complain. But make sure you're clipping it. You got to back it up as well. That's the only thing. Complaints are very emotion-fueled, so I want to make sure that we approach them with logic as well. That's what the clips are for. So make sure you guys are clipping sketchy connections.
This rain is looking real solid. I honestly not too familiar with Rain's moves, but he's killing it right now. I'll tell you that much. And
I think Rain is pretty strong. He's got some interesting tools in the kit that are kind of unique to him. He's got really good movement and mobility. He's lacking dirt, which I think is honestly a really strong thing that a lot of characters have in this game. They have like hard to block mix-ups. They have, you know, crushing blows or these weird gaps that can be exploited. And it doesn't feel like Rain has as much dirt, which can be really powerful in this and every game. He's got to play maybe a little bit more honest, but if you play that honesty really strong, you can really ruin someone's day with this character. Speaking of days being ruined, though, immediate crushing blow out of the gate in round 2, and youre already has that first round in the bag. See if he can keep adding to the list. Gets in with a quantum slice, and now we've got staggers. The problem with Rain, though, is that he doesn't hit for a lot of damage here. Ooh, this is going to be enough damage, likely for the kill, however. Oh, no.
Oh, he drops it, though.
But Rain is not very damage heavy. And I think that's maybe one of his biggest weaknesses. And in a game like MK11 where you have to really make every hit count, when he's only able to churn out, you know, 25% or so per hit, he's just got to hit you that many more times. Plus, you know, some of those hits are going to get stuffed by breakaway and yada, yada, yada. A lot of players you see using Hydro Boost to counteract that. Hydro Boost does allow Rain to get good damage, but that is not a part of Slade's build right now. He's got the Geyser Palm, but you see there a bar for 26%. That is not a lot of damage when we were just talking about Noob Saibot, a bar for 40.
Yeah, exactly. Cabal's air gas always trips me up, so I don't know.
You are definitely not alone. Signmychange.org petition. We've almost got 10,000 signatures, and then the White House has to get involved. Nerf that shit. It is insane how crazy slight air gas Cabal has kind of become as of late. Because the other big thing with it, too, is that it doesn't have the same flawless block extra window that the other jumping moves have. Holy shit! Speaking of flawless blocks, though, did Slade really just have the most clutch flawless block of his life? Okay, so let's break down what just happened here real quick, because that might have been too quick for the uninitiated. Cabal jumps all over the fucking place, right? He's jumping in. When he jumps in, after you block that shit, he's canceling it into another air slide gas so he can jump in all over the place. Fucking insane dealing with it. But here's the kicker. If you flawless block a jump in, the person that is doing stuff, their turn ends right there. So if Shirarayu was jumping in and then trying to cancel that block jump kick into another slight gas, which is what he's been doing all game, because Slade flawless blocked that, he stopped it from happening. But Shirarayu's hands are already inputting shit to do other stuff afterward. He's not thinking, oh, he'll flawless block this and I should be blocking. So his hands were dedicated to more offense. Slade gets the flawless block, shuts down his offense, and then just opens him up for the kill. Beautiful confirm into fatal blow as well. That was a wonderful play. And the thing is, too, is it happened right after he just got his spine snapped. Shirarayu just called out his breakaway. A devastating moment that can be really rattling to a lot of players. And Slade was totally fine. I don't actually know, Ricci. You got me questioning reality. It is 2-0. No. It's 2-0. Okay. Alright, yep. I must have pushed the wrong button. My bad, Ricci. Because, yeah, Rain took the first one and he switched to Cabal. I might have actually just pushed the wrong button right there at the end there, actually. Dude, production is hard, alright? I am not good at this, if you guys haven't caught on yet, but we're figuring it out.
Looks like Pain is finding his answer with Kung Lao though.
Oh yeah, this seems like a real big shift from him, and look at the life bars. They definitely tell the tale that this is a working, functionable answer here for him, but will it get the job all the way done? We saw Cabal doing big damage too. Shirarayu Pain takes that first round here with Cabal. I think another thing too, Shirarayu Pain, this is kind of the usual run for him. He is a multi-character specialist, so we do often see him kind of run the gauntlet through a handful of different characters, switching frequently between losses to try to find the character that will get into that groove he wants for the victory. Some would say that's a bad idea, others would say it keeps your opponent guessing. Ultimately, though, we'll see if it works out for Shirarayu Pain here in this set. Just outside of top 8 winner, will face too easy for a top 8 winner side spot.
Yeah, Slade looks a little startled by this Kung Lao right now. I think, I don't even know what to think right now, honestly. He just looks like he's kind of scared to press buttons, but at the same time he's trying to press buttons, but then he gets punished for it.
He just got away with breaking away, and Shirarayu was going for the armor break, and I think he just like mistimed it. Still gonna find the opening he needs though. Shirarayu on the board here with game number 3. And the other thing too, commanding, right? He just took 2 rounds straight. Slade was not able to find the Rain rhythm that's been so effective for him those previous games. So this is definitely a shift in tone, and we'll see what Slade does. Will he now switch off of Rain? Is there a matchup he prefers? Or is he just going to have to make some minor shifts? Obviously, the biggest thing here is he can now change his variation. He was running Quantum Slice, etc. Maybe that move is not as good against Kung Lao. So we'll see what kind of adjustments happen both on character select screen and in the match once things get going.
Pain just looks so comfortable with Kung Lao. Oh, Pain left the game.
Okay, well, he had enough. He said, first to 1, and it's over. We will get him another invite. Slade, can you go AFK so we don't have to switch the names? It's okay if you don't hear this and you fuck it up, but I'm gonna at least make the request because it will make it slightly easier on me. So if you go AFK, that way you'll keep your player 2 side, but it's not really the end of the world either way. Alright, let's get the invite out here. At least it happened after the it ended, right? Like, you know, sometimes people's connections do drop them out of the game, and it is definitely the worst when it happens mid-set, middle of the fight. But if it happens right at the end between fights, we can work with that. We can definitely work around that.
I think he just got so excited he threw his controller at his Xbox, and I think it just broke. That's what I think what happened.
That's all I need, the one big dub.
He said, I'm just gonna retire after that.
Man, I can't believe my controller retired. Like, I didn't throw my controller, mind you. You guys can watch the archive of when my controller broke. It was not thrown. I was fighting ESPN Mare actually in the ladder, and just in the middle of the set, I'm pretty sure that I was amplifying stuff in game 1. Game 2, I suspected that I could no longer amplify, but I wasn't sure. And then game 3, I 100% confirmed that my controller was definitely broken. Managed to sneak a win without any meter, but very tragic to have a controller go on you. And look, here's the thing. You know how hard it is to find a controller right now? It is, so, you have, like, particularly I don't want an Xbox Series X controller, I want an Xbox One controller, so, like, to find the older kind of models, it's not an easy chore, and, like, all the GameStops are all sold out of everything because consoles are impossible to find, so it was a bit of a chore. Hopefully a controller will be here tomorrow, though, which means I will be able to play in the ladder this weekend again, because I've been having some fun with that. And you know what I went ahead and did for the first time, and this is maybe something that everybody should get involved with, is I finally decided, fuck it, I will buy the stupid protection plan on this fucking controller, because I break it too often. I don't understand why I break them, but I break them. I go through a controller by at least once a year, so now a 2-year protection plan will hopefully mean that I can return it. And I gotta be honest, I will pretend that I broke it on day 364 if I have to get a new one, because there's no way that controller, like, you know how it works, it will break the day after the warranty expires. I'm not taking the chance. Delete the VOD, though. They might be watching, so nobody clip this, and we'll be purging the VOD from this one. I don't know if we can actually put this video on YouTube now, because this is now going in evidence locker. Whatever.
Actually, I just sent it to every GameStop in the world, so I'm sorry.
Well, conveniently, I didn't buy it from them, so, and I'll never reveal my sources. So still waiting on Shiryu Payne to get back in. He says in the chat his internet goes down, and he is back, so we'll send him another invite. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, whatever the plight may be. Hopefully it was just a one-time real quick fiasco, and like I said, conveniently happened in the middle of between games, not in the middle of a match. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. What I'm gonna do, though, while we wait, is I'm gonna go grab another water. I have defeated my previous water bottle, and for those of you guys that are out there, have been watching for a little bit, I suggest while we wait for Shiryu to get in here, you guys do the same. Get up, stretch your legs, take a quick lap, and grab a water. I will be right back with my water, and I'm even gonna play a quick polka flute solo as well, because I must ascend.
Got 110 people in the chat right now. Let's hit this guy with 100 follows right now. Let's do it. Even though most of you are probably following him. Wish I had my camera on for you guys right now so I could show you my dogs and how cute they're being. Even though most of you don't care.
Jeez, 3-month lifespan? You might want to double down on that protection plan. Actually, you might actually be able to make a racket out of that. It's a year long, and you can get 4 a year. That sounds like a deal. Excuse me. All right, let's get another invite out to Shiryu. He needs another one, looks like.
Yes, Gus Braid. Loving it.
Did you guys hear my dog? My dog was demanding that I feed him when I went into the kitchen.
I was talking to them about my dog.
Oh, okay.
You were gone.
I don't actually have a dog. I have a cat that acts like a dog, but I was willing to roll with it. If you guys were going to start referring to Bubs as a dog, I was fine with it. He likes to go for walks. He likes to play fight. The first thing he does when he goes outside is rolls in dirt.
My dog just eats grass and leaves and then throws it up about 30 seconds later. And then lays down the rest of the day.
This further validates my point, because guess who also goes outside, eats grass, and then throws it up later? The Bubs.
I'm gonna guess your cat.
Yeah, my cog does that too. He's wild. I love him though. He's my favorite. I love play fighting with him, and he's like super talkative too. He barks all the time. He's a fun cat. I did not want a cat when I got a cat, right? Like, which is probably the case for a lot of people. I knew this lady. She wanted to get a cat, and I was hesitant. And now I don't talk to that lady anymore. Things, went our separate ways. Life goes on. But the cat is now here, and I would fight her to the death if she tried to take him away. And initially it was like, this is your cat. You have to touch its poo. I'm not getting involved. This is gross. And now I would go to war for this little guy. He is my favorite creature in the universe. So, beyond thrilled about him.
Big dumb nerd. Actually, I don't smell. I took
the internet.
a
You can
nice
smell however you
long
want.
shower today.
Yeah, and Dustgrade is right. A dog inside of a cat is like the best. Because yeah, because I had cats growing up, and like they just sat on the couch and didn't do anything. And like one of them just lived in my mom's room and like hid under the bed. So it was really lame. And I was like, I don't want like a lump that I have to feed. And I got my cat, and like he snuggles with me all the time. He play fights with me every day. Like my arms are covered in scratches. I look like a crackhead, but it's just from my cat biting and fighting me all the time. And I have so much fun. So highly recommend get a creature to hang out with, because it's a good time. Looks like we do have our competitors in here, and they're on the same side as they were beforehand. So let's hop back into the action. Take it away. I'm gonna play this song real quick. This is a song only for my cat though, because you guys can't listen to dog whistles. Or maybe it's not actually a dog whistle. Where's my lighter for the song? Here we go. That is correct, Dr. Omnipotent. You got the right numbers. All right. Different variation here, though. We were talking about that from Slade, the possibility of a variation switch, because Quantum Slice not as useful. And here we do see a switch. Hydro Boost now coming out. And this is what I was also talking about. Allows Rain access to damage. I think that Hydro Boost is one of those few tools in his kit that lets him start to hit those mid-30 numbers, and in the corner even 40%, that a lot of the rest of the cast can really also start to crank out with their meter as well.
That double hat gets me every time.
Dude, yeah, there's a bonus one underneath it. Who knew? Not to mention the Aziz tech.
I feel like it hits people more than 50% of the time. But like they know it's coming. They just stop blocking.
They get just a little too overzealous with their aggression there. Right now, Slade on life support here. He's going to get caught again with another one of those hats. Here now he does have the full rift, so he can absorb those hats. Okay, right now, if Slade hits a Quantum Slice into Fatal Blow, he will kill Shirai Ryu. He is one hit confirm away.
Oh,
shoot. What? Why didn't he do it? Okay, so grounded string into Slice KB and then into Raw Fatal Blow is unbreakable. Like, there's no way that Shirai Ryu could have gotten out of it, and it does 45%. I think Skulls and Shields might have been a factor there, but I really think that Slade almost had it. Still, of course, in it was only round 1, so he will save those resources for later. It's not all lost, and he'll try to see if he can stabilize here as we move forward now into round 2. Big spin. Breakaway comes out, meter empty from both sides in both departments. Defensive bar will come back here for Shirai Ryu.
Got hit by that second one again.
Yeah, you gotta really be careful. Ooh, and tried to absorb the teleport. Yo, the forbidden KB! You almost never see that. Wow, what a play by Shirai Ryu paying FZ. An insane choice, and he risked it all for that. Well, I guess it's not as much of a risk because like, you know, we call that one forbidden. I gotta be honest, I don't know why. Because I guess it's a case of like you can block that and he loses his turn or whatever, but when you get hit by a teleport because you were blocking, when they go for another one, a lot of the initial reaction is, okay, I'm gonna jump away from the throw again, and they catch you with it. So
I think it's forbidden just because it's like when you come out of the teleport, it's so slow.
Yeah, well, it's the thing is, you would think on paper that you would just block it. Because ultimately, also, back-to-back teleport throw is less damage than that, right? Like, it is in your favor to not even bother with that and to just take the throw, again, if you're afraid of that. Which most players, A, don't go for, and I think that does less damage than normal throws even. It's only like 10%, which is, instead of it being a 30% sequence, it's 20. So You know, the interesting choice there, but ends up getting caught. We'll see what the decisions making or the shifts are here now as we move into our final game. This might be, I think, our first game 5 of the evening as well.
That's what I was actually gonna say. I think this is our first game 5 of the night.
Yeah, the other matches have been a little bit more lopsided, but here, both of these international players came to play. And this is, you know, shout out to the netcode. Even though this match might not be perfect for these players right now, nonetheless, it does seem playable, definitely watchable, and, you know, a couple of games ago, this would not have even been remotely an option. So shout out to the genuinely solid netcode that they put into this game that has only been continuing to improve in other games, and I assume the next iteration of NRS game is going to have even crazier netcode moving forward from there, so really, really looking forward to it. Gotta be honest, really hoping that we don't see a new game from NRS in a while. Who knows, you know, with all the weird stuff, the news about companies being bought and sold and changing hands, that could be part of the silence that we're getting too. I don't want to over-speculate, but let's just say at NetherRealm, even if Ed Boon will probably never give up the rights to Mortal Kombat, he might not own Mortal Kombat 11, or you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be making the revenue on that. That's still going to always go to Warner Bros. So if he doesn't work for them anymore, it might not be in their benefit for them to still work for that stuff, which might be why MK11 kind of stalled out before anybody thought that it would. Hopefully it's COVID that did that, and the game is still going to get its life eventually, but given the things, and it's very early, that could be part of it. But back into the game, Slade trying to find an opening here. He'll let rip with a Hydro Boost. Ooh, no punish for that KB, but Shirairai wanted it. He's not going to need it, though. Breakaway's here. Is he going to spend it? He needs to get out of this.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking, too.
Oh,
yeah, that was the final round. He just won. He just took the set.
Yeah, reverse 3-0 too, I believe. But I think what was kind of happening there is Slade was concerned about a dive kick breakaway kind of issue happening there, and because he hesitated because of that, just wasn't able to find the right moment to break away afterward, and then Shirai Ryu able to just run away with that damage, and ultimately the game and set, as he is now going to be taking it 3-2 over Slade. Slade will hop into the loser's bracket, and Shirai Ryu will hop into a set versus 2 easy for top 8 winner side. They can go ahead and get started off stream. We're going to go ahead and hop into our bracket here so we can get ready for our next few sets. I think we've got 3 left. Part of that is because of the time, since we lost so many people to DQ, so we did kind of double down. So we're going to do Zeitschak versus Cusco. Then we will do Slick Beats and Arminbot. And the other one is, on this one, the other one is Dust Braid and Muerto. And then we will close it out with the winner of Zeitschak and Cusco versus, I believe it was Ice Scorpion. So have some interesting matchups coming up here. And like I said, we are going to, if we look at our stream queue, start with Zeitschak and Cusco. First, Cusco, if I could get your gamer tag, that would be wonderful. I have not invited you to the stream before, so the gamer tag would be a big help in getting you in here. I can probably look it up and find it too, but, you know, we'll see. I'll race you.
Hey, Dream, I'll be back in like just a second. I gotta go let my dogs out real quick.
Oh, of course. Nature calls. No problem. Alright, I was sending invites to Zeitschak. Name starts with a Z. Man, I was just thinking to myself, I don't no longer read it in my head as Zeit the Shock. And now I've refreshed the cooldown on that, and I'll be doing that for the next 2 days again. Fuck. How did I even do that to myself? I don't even remember who started saying it like that to fuck me up and make me think that it was like that. But I successfully had gotten away from it, and now it's back. Why? The sabotage. Alright, gamer tag. This is Infect Cusco. Oh, I remember this. This was a another player. Infect Vixen was another one that we were like, uh-oh, is this a Heidi because it's a part of a clan? Okay, so Infect Cusco. Yeah, this is another Heidi account, but apparently the Infect clan can be trusted, so we will invite them and see what happens. It's not, Plus is not real on a Heidi account, from my understanding, so we should be good. Alright, invite is out, and then like I said, winner of this is going to face off against Scorpion. If we actually move this, we can move it all into the proper order that it's going to be in. So this is the order that we're going to go. I should pull this up on the screen more often, to be honest. The stream queue, it would be helpful for me to find the matches. Sometimes I take a while finding them on the bracket. And this is helpful for the people that are up to know what we're planning on doing. Now, I need to make sure I'm organizing it regularly to make sure it is in the right way, but this is a useful screen, so we'll try to show this one more as well. Also, prediction outcomes. We got youre clutching it out with the reverse 3-0, and let's go ahead and get another new prediction up for those of you guys that want to place your bets on who you think is going to win between our new matchup, of course, of Zythshock and Cusco. Speaking of, it does appear that our competitors are in here as well. So we can go ahead and bring up our lobby and get our action underway.
Scorpion. Jax.
So Zythshock is going with Scorpion here. We've seen mostly Kung Lao out of Zythshock, but we do know that Zythshock has, of course, a really strong Scorpion. We primarily have seen it against Slick Beats in the mirror match, because Zythshock does not like the mirror. He prefers to play something other than the mirror. So Scorpion versus Kung Lao is what he'd prefer to do. But this, of course, is not a mirror situation. He's just going for it off of the gate, and it looks like it's going to be against Jax. I gotta say, I don't know if he likes this particular matchup or knows something about this player. To me, this feels like Zythshock is just kind of experimenting character-wise and taking a risk here, because I don't necessarily know if, you know, the Kung Lao versus Jax matchup is so particularly lopsided that you would want to avoid it completely like this. Spacing, and he's got those Misery Blade combos down as well. I love to see those. Or is it Misery Blade or the Sad Sword? Whatever the neutral jump punch is called. I think Misery Blade is the stance. I don't remember. It's Sin Blade. Sin Blade is the air neutral jump punch.
I love seeing Jax players. Like, you don't get to see him that often because he's not like a meta, you know. But or S tier, but he's so fun to watch.
Yo, thank you so much for the follow, Isaiah. I'm glad you're having fun checking out the Nightmare series. Oh, he had it. No commitment, though, but, you know, doesn't really need to overcommit, right? He's got such a healthy life lead that that safety is maybe a little bit more paramount. But, yeah, you're totally right. You know, ever since Black Lives Matter, you know, lost access to his Xbox, I believe it got stolen, which is really tragic. Black Lives Matter was kind of the premier Jax player on both consoles, and now you only really will hear from him on the PlayStation side because he doesn't have access to an Xbox anymore, and it's a big investment to go get an Xbox for the most part just to play in our events, so hasn't happened. But you know, he was our premier Jax player around these parts, and unfortunately we did lose him. And so since then we haven't really seen as much strong Jax play. I do know there are a handful of other Jax players, and I'm forgetting, off the top of my head, like I saw Ripper was a really good, or Tanjiro the Ripper, sorry, was a really good, you know, Jax player quite often, but we haven't seen much of him lately, and so it's a nice little refresher here from Cusco.
Yeah, I actually didn't hear about that Black Lives Matter thing.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I don't have the full details because I think he said it in chat at some point, and you know, I'm not able to really press him to get further information about it. So I didn't get the full story, but yeah, very unfortunate to hear if he did end up having his stuff stolen like that. That is not the way that you want it to go, but the way that you do want it to go if your Zythshock is in your favor, and that is what happens here. Beautiful combo capping out that damage, just enough to finish the job. So Zythshock gonna take a very early and clean lead here. We'll see what the answer is from Cusco. Cusco definitely looking like he wasn't really able to find his footing just yet, you know, and Scorpion can do that to you. I think the thing with Scorpion is that in almost every matchup, if not every matchup, he gets to kind of control the pace. He can choose when to come in, when to come out, and a character like Jax, who, you know, already doesn't really have control, to basically lose control completely can be really tough. And you kind of have to play a little bit more like reactionary, maybe look for punishes here and there, and Shock's just not offering many punish opportunities.
Yeah, I really like seeing the Sin Blade though. The Sin Blade combos I heard are very hard to
Yes, they
very
are.
hard to confirm, but they're fun and cool to watch.
Sin Blade after Spear is a very, very tight window to get. Not many players can do it. We see a handful of them making it happen. AJ, I think, is the pioneer and the one that we saw doing it early on the most, but obviously Shock joining that list of players as well, because we've seen multiple times now these Sin Blade combos off of not just the Spear Crushing Blow, which has a little more time on it, even just the normal Spear restand. So really, really tight window, and he's getting it. There's a big opening here. No breakaway from Cusco either. This should be the round with the sword slash to the back.
Can't seem to find his footing.
Yeah, exactly. This seems to be really tough for Cusco. He's just not getting the openings he needs. Shock has a huge lead, and Cusco putting the control down. Dude, this is tournament. Do not do that. Dude, you know how upset he's going to be if he loses this game now? Do you have any idea how upset he's going to be if he loses this game? It is. Dude, your batteries fall out, go fuck yourself. Not my problem. I hate to be cold-blooded about it, but is what it is. Yo, thank you so much, Watch the Armory, aka Pretty Boy Jackal, coming through with the follow. Much appreciated. Yo, and speaking of, by the way, if you want to come through on the mic sometime, I found a way that you don't have to have an Xbox, actually. I know that was kind of the issue we ran into beforehand, but I can show you my Discord. I made it work with Mr. Aquaman, so we could definitely find a way to make it work if you want to come through. I had such a blast commentating with Jackal at Frosty Faustings, which is basically the last open entry offline event that existed, and it was so much fun and taught me so much about it that I honestly, it really, really leveled up even my commentary game and everything. So big shout outs to Jackal coming through. Really appreciate that, and hopefully we can get you back through here or here through on the Nightmare series sometime, because that would be a ton of fun. Looks like Shock's gonna take game 2 as well, though. Look at this dominance from Shock.
Yeah, he just looks on. I mean, Cusco could not. He just couldn't get his footing. He just couldn't hit him. That's all it's really to it. He just couldn't hit him. The defense was too good and the offense was too good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even to the point where Cusco kind of put his controller down for a moment there. There was, I don't know if the batteries fell out or if that was frustration kicking in, but Cusco does seem to be struggling here to get things to come together. We'll see what the options are now for Game 3. He's got the whole roster open to him. Jax hasn't been cutting it. If that was frustration kicking in, would not be shocked if he's kind of lost faith in Jax at this point. So if he's got a backup, this is likely where he'll see it to make the final stand. But a reverse 3-0, not easy to do. We've only seen it happen once tonight, and that was the match before with Shirai Ryu, I think. So we'll see if we can get back-to-back on that. It will be Jax again, though, so I'm going to be continuing the attempt here with Jax. I do see a costume change, I think so maybe a variation change as well. We'll see if some new tools are going to matter. Also want to give a big thanks to Sinister Rule for the follow. Glad you're having fun checking out the Nightmare series. This song is called Dark Shivers. It's from the Next Machina Deluxe Edition soundtrack. I don't have a command for a song because I don't know how to make it know what my YouTube music is playing. But almost all of the stuff is video game music, so this is Next Machina is the name of the game. Video game soundtracks are where it's at, and the DMCA bots don't kick in on most of them. Except for, of course, the fucking NRS soundtracks, but those are trash, and you turn that slider down to 0 day 1, and you never turn it back up, because it's awful anyway. Oh, catching him with these rockets here. Tries to dash in, not going to get there, but he will at least be safe. And here's a throw as well. Cusco looking a little stronger here, though, in this round. I mean, you can see he's got the life lead. He's in control here as well. Heating up, corner positioning.
Oh.
Wow, a bold play. Just going to go for raw fist bump just like that. And Shock in a little bit of trouble here for round 1. The panic kicking in lets loose with that amplify, not gonna find anybody home, and Cusco will find a round. Can he finish the job, though? He needs to put a game on the board to get the party started, but he's still got a long road ahead of him. This is how you begin the journey, though. First step has been made.
Yes, you are right. He looks a lot more comfortable though. This match, he just looks like he's in his zone now.
He definitely does seem a lot more comfortable here. I don't know if it is the variation switch. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure which moves are different in here. Haven't really been seeing. But nonetheless, Cusco doing a little bit better here. Now he does find himself cornered though. Tries to get out. The amplified dash punch will keep things safe. Go for it. There's that cancel. It's never your turn with Scorpion, it feels like. Oh, a bold breakaway. That's gonna cost him. That's
just
gonna cost
as I
him.
say, he was finding his footing.
The
He
curse
looks like
has
he
been
just lost
cast.
it again.
Yeah, I think you know what the struggle there on that is that breakaway. Now he's got no defensive meter moving into this, so he's got that first bar back, but he's still gonna need to hold his ground and not get opened up for another 8 seconds here or so. And oh, this is disastrous now. Won't be able to contest this damage. Zayt's shot gonna get a clean 30%. Wow, what a strange choice, and did you see how it ended up working out here? Shock in a commanding lead. Fatal Blow available, though, and if any character can get an insane comeback, Jax is absolutely one of them. This is how it begins. Oh, no!
No, man. He almost... I was smelling a comeback there.
I don't know if that counts as a curse or what happened there, but Cusco was definitely on the road to getting it started, but the drop was disastrous for Jax, and he is going to get cut in half on that one. So, unfortunate turn of events here. Let's go ahead and hop back to our bracket and pop that score in and take a look at what we've got coming up next as we close out our pools here and get our top 8 squared away. Now, I believe that this was another match to get just outside of top 8. So Shock is not in top 8 just yet. He will be fighting Scorpion for top 8. So we got 3 matches left, and those are going to be matches for top 8 winner side. That's going to close out the evening. So we will start with, I thought we said we were going to start with Slick Beats. I think we're going to start with Slick Beats because we haven't seen Slick Beats all day. We saw Dusk Braid a little bit earlier. So we're going to go with Slick Beats and Armanbot first, and then Dusk Braid after that, and then Shock and Scorpion to close out the night. So we'll get those invites out to Slick Beats and Armanbot, and of course, we'll go ahead and get those coins out to those of you guys that bet it all on Shock. He does take home the victory, and we'll get a new set of predictions up. So those of you guys that got some channel points, feel free to spend them on who you think is taking this between Slick Beats and Armanbot.
I still want to see some Shao Kahn.
Yep, we have not seen Shao Kahn yet today, despite the buffs. No Shao Kahn pick yet today. I think Shao Kahn is in a healthier position for sure. Obviously, all of it was positive, was buffs, was good for him. But we haven't actually seen them really brought to bear. You know, and they weren't things that were, I think other than the Leap Slam stuff, the Leap Slam stuff seems really, really good. But the Flawless Block stuff does have some drawbacks to it. And I think, what was the other stuff that they changed? They changed stuff with, like, the ground hammer smash, which is, you know, while they did make it so that it's not unsafe anymore, which made it useless, it's still a move that I don't think you see many people really utilizing anyway, so we'll see if that ends up changing things. But I do think the hammer smash, or hammer lunge being convertible in the mid-screen and also being access to plus frames, even if they're not plus frames you can do much with, is still obviously better than he was before. We'll see how that changes, and making it so that flawless blocking his F4-3 or F3-4 is not as much of a death sentence. It still has some concerns with it, but I mean, depending on what specials you actually have ways that you can cancel it into safe stuff on flawless block, so you're still not going to get blown up like you would previously, because I mean, it was a death sentence if people were stalling out your strings beforehand. So invites are out for Slick Beats. Just gotta get Armanbot his as well. I don't remember his gamer tag, to be honest, so might have to do a little research, check the archives, see what they call him on the streets.
Slick Beats is in.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so Armanbot refers to himself as LS_Armand. Okay, so you have given me your PSN ID. This is unhelpful, but Hopefully it's just LS space Armand and we can get out of here without any concerns. But, oh man, not a great start. You guys can't see it, and there's nothing that I can do to make it more visible so you guys can see it. Other than, oh wait, hold on, I can put a bunch of spaces behind it. Here's the big reveal. Ready? I'll try to move it. Will it let me put spaces behind it? Oh, too many. It freaked out. I was gonna come back. Why is it doing that? Look at that. This is what he gave me.
Yeah, I would try either just space or like an X. Everyone uses X.
Well, we've got
LS
an
X
LS
Armand.
Armand, and some of the information in here looks similar to the information on Smash GG, including, I believe, the picture. So I'm pretty sure we got the right one. The IDs match up. Facial recognition software is kicking in on these profile pictures, and I think we're good to go. So he can unlock this iPhone. This is fine. And you said Slick Beats is here already. Yes, indeed he is. So
Yep.
just waiting on Armand
Ready.
to join us. Or Armand. I don't know now what to call it. There's a couple of different... His name's Armando according to this. I'm doxing him right now. Maybe we should back it up a little bit here. This is publicly available information, so I don't want to get blamed for anything, but... this person's name first. We'll just use the Smash GG name. That's simple enough.
Man, my dogs are just feeling real needy right now, aren't you? Yeah?
Shockingly enough, the Bubs has left me alone. I think it's because I've warded him off with some food, but we'll see if he changes his mind. At some point, the hunger will kick back in, and he'll come in here shouting about some food demand or whatever. Threaten to be annoying until I feed him again. Alright, so we're going to try again with the gamer tag. We sent Armand one invite. We'll send him another one. LS Armand bot. Or Armand. See if he shows up. But we did send him that first invite. So we'll see if he
My
gets this
dogs
one.
are just going crazy. I'm sorry. I'm off topic right now, but they're just going nuts.
Hey man, it happens. It's part of your universe, and you're sharing it with us, and it's fine by me. Is there a bear outside? Is there something you should be taking care of though? Like, I don't want you to be so distracted with our tournament that your entire TV goes missing because you're being burglarized, and you're just like, shut up, dogs. I'm talking on the internet.
No.
So if it's an intruder alert, you do what you gotta do.
Oh no. No. I'm here. Don't worry.
And imagine. I bet you that I've probably had some pretty intense sessions, either in a game or in like a stream, where somebody could have probably easily walked in and removed my things, and as long as they didn't like try to take the monitor I was looking at, we're good. Or they were good. Because I was
Yeah,
having
that
too
happens
much
to
fun.
me just about every day.
Yeah, I'm zoned in. Great. I thought that was...
I'm too sweaty on these games.
Alright, Armabot, where are you at? What's going on? I have sent you an invite. Why are you not here? Can you communicate with us to some degree what's going on? First thing I would recommend, though, if you are not getting the invites, reset your console. Reset your game, start it up again, so that you can make sure the invites come through properly. Because we are sending them, so we need you to make sure that you're getting them. So if they're not coming through, then let's go ahead and restart everything so we can start receiving those. Can you also try to send him an invite too? Get your bread up. It's
Yes.
LS space Armand. ARMAND. And we'll see if we can, get him in here. Because otherwise, I don't know what to do. I mean, we got people telling us where he's at or whatever, but the alternative is we just, people got stuff to do. So I think if we don't get him in here in like 2 minutes, that match just happens off stream, and we'll move to the Dusk Braid match instead. because I don't want to get stuck here forever on this particular screen. Not a lot of cool things are happening on this screen, tragically. Although he is in the chat, he says he's on his way, so hopefully he'll get in here shortly, and we can get the action on here, because that is what we all came here for. I know that me sitting here blabbering is part of the show, but the true thing that we're here for is to just watch talented players kick the shit out of each other, and been a moment since we've had some of that. Alright, so he needs another invite. We will send him but one more invite. If this one doesn't work, you play off stream. We're just going to move on, because this is taking too long. And this is too many invites. This is a lot of them. So I've sent you another invite. Dun dun dun. We'll give it another minute or so here, see what happens. Obviously, if we hear from Armin in the chat, that'll be even better. But if we don't hear from him and we don't see him in the lobby, then we'll just have to move on to another match. Because something's wrong with the invites. Oh, wait!
There we go,
good.
baby.
Let's
go.
At last, the bloodshed can resume. Because, man, been seeing too much just friendly brackets where nobody dies. But now, blood will be spilled on the sand or the floor, wherever we end up going. The metal, space, blood in space. We could see space blood here.
Scorpion.
Scorpion
that's where
versus
Chronica's
Kung
at.
Lao, baby. Let's do it.
Do you think Chronica's stage takes place in space? Is that where you would say that it's at? Or where would you say Chronica's stage takes place?
Another dimension.
Alright, I guess that kind of works. But in other dimensions, is it... So it's not... You're saying it's not space, then? It's just a different place?
It is another world that doesn't have gravity.
Alright, so that is different from space. Alright, that's fair. I think it's just space. I guess my
you gotta
interpretation's
make
lazier now, though. Which kind of sucks. Sounds like you're a little more creative with it. Fuck. I'll have to reconsider. Alright, nice opening here. Slick Beats also rocking the Kung Lao pick here. We've seen lots of Kung Lao in the Nightmare series lately, actually. You know, between Pulse and his strong Kung Lao play, Slick Beats and Zythchok also repping the character. Really, really talented players bringing this character through the brackets, and they've been bringing this character deep, deep into the bracket as well. Oh, that's a punish. Nicely done here. Slick Beat's gonna maximize this damage as well. There's no breakaway available since Scorpion's been spending that meter. Did you see that spacing? What a call out by Slick Beats. That was so clean. Another big whiff, and that's gonna kill even. Armand just getting caught out here. Gonna definitely need to maybe tone it down a little bit. I feel like he's going for those back twos, that overhead sword slash. And the reason that he's doing that is because what typically Scorpion wants to do is the first hit is blocked and they can cancel it. But if that first hit doesn't hit anything, it can't be canceled, and you have to do the second hit, which is unsafe. So he's just been kind of miscalculating the spacing on it, and Slick Beats has been opening up. Flawless victory in the works as well. Oh, no.
don't jinx it.
He's a fucking normal type, man. I always forget. Slick Beats is so uncursable. This is multiple times now that he's made me look like a fool in front of everybody.
Flawless victory.
I can't believe it, Slick Beats. Did you not get the email? I sent you the script. We went over this in rehearsals yesterday. You're not supposed to get a flawless victory. We said Duskbraid could get one because I wasn't looking. That was going to be funny. Ha ha. But like this, come on. Come on. This was not according to plan.
I do like these Kung Laos because I feel like all of them are just such different play styles.
That's
like
the best part about it.
That we just saw earlier with, what was it, Pains?
Yeah, he was using Buzzsaw, and then this one is with the Spiritual Guidance, and then you've still got a bunch of people using Omega Hat with the Orbiting Hat and Omega Hat stuff. So there's lots of variety available to the approach with Kung Lao, which is one of the things that makes him so interesting to watch. That's, for me, what's been really cool about custom variations is when we get these characters that have these diverse builds. That's a lot of fun. I'm hoping that they continue to balance and make adjustments to this game in the future, because I would love to see more variety, and you make that variety by forcing either certain moves can't go together or whatever, and that's how you do it. Because if you make everything, you know, all like whatever, people will just find the best build and they'll do that every single time. So I think that having some of these moves with their own different utilities, that neither one of them really fully invalidates the other one by being like, well, this just does it better in every way. I think that's how you promote that more diverse playstyles. And it doesn't even have to be with 2-slot moves like Kung Lao does, for example. Jax, another character that has really good variety in his builds too, and all of his moves are 1-slot, I think. So it doesn't have to be even the 2-slot way that they do it with Kung Lao.
Yeah.
Because I think if you did let Kung Lao players have Spiritual Guidance, Buzzsaw, and Omega Hat all in one build, they would. You know what I mean? Like, that would be what a lot of them play.
Very good.
People would sneak a Z Hat in there instead of something every now and then, but you would see a lot of players running the Spiritual Guidance stance alongside the Buzzsaw, for example, quite often, I think. So, ooh. Dude, the short hops.
Every time.
Kung Lao's short hop game it feels like one of the best. He's got really good low pokes. His down 3 is like, I think, 7 frames, very low profile. Good advantage on it and everything too. Nice punish here from Slick Beats. So his poke and short hop game is one of the best. I think Slick Beats is one of the best at using it too. That's the other like added extra bonus here, is that Slick Beats is such a good user of it that it works out really well. The music stopped. Let me try to figure out what's going on with that. Alright, whatever. I don't know how long the music has been stopped for. Apologies if it sounded awkward, but we got songs back in. I'm going to jump to the middle of the song because this song might take a while.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh.
Jeez, Slick Beats just...
I was gonna say dropped it, but I mean, his short hop game is just incredible. He does
he's
it so often.
strong, and it's so clean too. It feels like even when Slick rarely drops something, it almost seems planned. Like his ability to recover so gracefully from it. You know, it's like when you see somebody like trip and then they like turn it into a spin move and like slide across a bench and they're good to go. Like even when Slick Beats has these weird moments where it kind of like slips through him, he still is able to very gracefully and cleanly make it look like I meant to do that. That was all planned. And it can be really, really devastating to find yourself up against. I mean, right now he's got a really strong 2-0 lead. Armand is going to need to come up with a working answer here to turn this around, and he'll need to get a 3 in a row right now. Reverse 3-0 is what's on the docket for him. He needs to get a full 3 in a row, no halt to it. And Slick Beats has already proven that he is not going to make this easy. It can be done, though. We saw Shiryu Pain do it a little earlier. We'll see if perhaps Armand can join him in that similar style. Lots of fireballs to start with. Also, I gotta say, I'm loving the purple Liu Kang outfit. I'm a big fan of purple if the overlay and everything else didn't give it away. So purple Liu Kang is tugging at the heartstrings here, but man, Slick Beats, I've been watching him play Kung Lao since MKX days and never ceases to impress. Uh-oh, gets rolled out on though.
Armand, he's not looking too shabby, man. He just, I don't know, man. He like Slick Beats just like gets a little burst of energy and just comes back and just cleans it up.
Well, here we go. Armand is going to take that first round home here for him. Very nicely done with this Liu Kang. Not quite close enough for the dragon kick to close that gap here. We will still see a punish though. Bicycle kick amplifying, being spent. So building up for that KB here. Look at that, 300 damage. Good block, punishing it as well. That is a beautiful read from Armand, and he's now 1 hit away. Slick Beats gonna let him get it though.
Meter either.
Nope.
Yep. Chipped out.
Yeah, he went for the quick, cancel into the spirit stance. Maybe expecting Armand Bot to get a little aggressive there and push some buttons and get caught by it, but he waited. He knew he had a life lead and he didn't need to get over aggressive there. So good patience there from Armand Bot. He will find his turn and find the kill he needed to put himself on the board here. So I mean, we were talking about reverse 3-0s. Step 1 complete. Get that first game underway. Now he's got a little momentum. He's also proven to himself, I can do this. I can beat this character. That confidence boost is going to come in as well. We'll see if he can keep his composure and keep pushing forward. Slick Beats, though, still set point, right? He's gotta shake that one off. He's gotta tell himself, all right, it's whatever. There, everybody gets one, but that's all you're gonna get today. No more handouts, and Slick Beats tightens it up a little bit on him. It's not gonna make this job any easier on Armanbot. So we'll see who comes out of this one alive. Game number 4 about to begin. No variation change here from Slick Beats as well. We've talked about all the different Kung Lao ways you can play, and Slick Beats plays them all, right? We've seen him play every single one of them. So far, hasn't seen a big reason yet he thinks to switch over to either the Buzzsaw or the Omega Hat. He'll continue with the Spiritual Guidance, but Game 5, if it comes to it, we may see one of those tools making an appearance as well.
Loading up that Crushing Blow. Nice and early.
Okay.
Lots of Z-hats.
Yep, lots and lots of Z-hats. Wow, beautiful ducking underneath that point-blank hat, but lots of pokes from Slick Beats. Those low down threes there. Very, very strong poking tool, and I mean, you'll see Kung Lao players really heavily lean on that quick little low kick, because then it forces you to start blocking low. Now you're going to get opened up by throws. You're going to get opened up by just highs that you're forced to block. And, of course, that short hop game that we've seen so much effective use out of Slick with. No punish! There's the short hop game, though. Z-Hat, there it is. Going to get the chip out. Nicely done. No defensive meter available there for Armanbot to stop it. So Slick Beats now on set point.
Slick Beats really just makes Kung Lao look so fast. Like, he just short hops right over him.
Forbidden KB,
right over
nope.
the fireball.
It's the teleport throw. Here's the launcher as well. There is a breakaway. It will come out here from Armand. Big whiff punish.
Wow.
That was such beautiful spacing, and there's no breakaway to stop this either. So Slick Beat's gonna get the clean damage for the opening. Yo, oh, he tried it! I thought he was gonna get him again, but Armanbot able to get those toes just close enough. Oh, wow. Why did you do that, Slick? Was it for the brutal? It must have been for the brutal. I think Too Easy may have gone to work, Blackout, if he's not around. If he's not around, he probably went to work, because he said he had to go in an hour, and he still had to like wait for them to finish and then finish. So it is likely that he went to work, I think, if you're not getting a hold of him. So if that is the case, if you're not getting a hold of him, we'll just have to move you on, Blackout, because I know you got to get to work too as well, so I don't want to hold you up either. But we are going to be moving Slick Beats on. Let's go ahead and say hello to our bracket here as we pop that score in to get ready to close out the evening. Slick Beats going to make it on the winner's side here with a 3-1 victory over Armand. Very nicely done, bringing that Kung Lao into the winner side of top 8 yet again. And we've got 2 matches remaining. Let's go ahead and get Duskbraid versus Muerto up next. And then we'll close out with Zeitschach and Scorpion. So some really talented players still coming up here. And we'll be trying to get them into our lobby in a moment. The other thing, too, we'll want to do is cash you guys out. Those of you guys that bet it on Slick Beats. Slick Beats bringing home the bread for the people that bet on him. And let's go ahead and get those new predictions up for those of you guys that want to cast your votes on who you think is going to win between our next matchup of Duskbraid and Muerto.
So we got Duskbraid and Muerto, and then what's our last match of the night?
Zeitschach and Scorpion is the last match of the night.
Duskbraid is the Raiden that we saw earlier, right?
Yes, correct. So we have seen Duskbraid earlier tonight, as you said, Raiden player. And we've seen Zeitschach as well. And then Scorpion, who we'll see in a moment, he plays a lot of Jackie as well as Sonya. And then I think Muerto is another Kung Lao player. So like I was saying, the Kung Lao has been off the charts this season. There has just been Kung Lao players coming from every angle and making really, really good runs in our brackets here. So I feel like, you know, every single time I make the thumbnail, I try to include the characters that we saw in the event, and like the last 3 thumbnails in a row for YouTube have all had to have Kung Lao on them. And I gotta say, this one's looking like it's going to be a similar approach. I'm going to have to put another Kung Lao up there, which I don't mind. But, you know, there's just so many Kung Laos coming out as of late. You can really see that this character's got some power. So Muerto's here. Dustbraid's got his invite, hopefully, so just waiting on him to join us.
You're gonna have to put 4 Kung Laos on your thumbnail.
Maybe that's what I should do, is just put 4 of them on there.
All Kung Laos.
I mean, we got one of them. Like, look, okay, so if Zythshock wins his next one, and Slick Beach just won his, and Muerto wins his right now, that will be 3 Kung Laos in winner's side. And then I don't know between Too Easy and who did Too Easy lose to on the other side? I don't know who. Oh, Too Easy lost to Shirai Ryu Pain. Shirai Ryu also plays Kung Lao. So that would be 4 Kung Laos in top 8 winner's side. That could get pretty wild.
Change your entire logo.
That could get pretty weird. We'll see if that's what happens here. Obviously, Duskbraid and Scorpion are not looking to have that be the way things turn out. But so far, half of the top 8 winner side is actually Kung Lao players. Now, Shirai Ryu also plays Cabal and some other characters too. But Slick Beats die hard. Okay, Muerto's going with Aaron Black. All right, interesting. So maybe we won't need to put as many Kung Laos on there. Thank goodness, because 4 Kung Laos is going to get wild, but it also sounded funny enough to do anyway. I considered it.
Cattle toss. That's interesting for a tourney.
I think that move's really good. The command grab is super good when, like, it used to be used with it had the dynamite with it, which made it bad, but because you can put it with the acid, if you can get a command grab on somebody in the acid, it is a ton of damage. And he's got tick throws off of it. It's a really good combo ender. I think that Cattle Toss is a great move, and when I play Aaron Black, it's part of my kit as well, as is that low Peacemaker. That low gunshot.
I was thinking of the trap that he puts down when he kicks it at you.
Yeah, that move is not very good. There is like a weird.
That's what I thought it was.
Oh no.
Like, that's interesting.
No, that is the command grab is what the Cattle Toss is. I think it's Nether Beast Trap is the name of that move. That's a 2 slot though. That there is technically like a weird infinite or whatever that exists, or like 100% combo setup that exists with that and the dynamite. But I think the problem with that build might be that you're basically living or dying on trying to hit that particular sequence, because those moves otherwise are not very good. So, you're going to basically be playing core Aaron Black until you can get away with that. Not very easy to do setup, and I think it might even require the dynamite. Like, it might even require them getting caught by some nonsense in the first place. So, best of luck to those of you who want to do it. I'm sure there are clips of it, though. Players like Hayate, I'm sure, have had some fun on their streams, knocking somebody all the way from 100 to 0, no problem in there. So we'll see.
I love the mix-up that he's putting out there with the down
chop
dot thing. Keep forgetting what the name is.
Beautiful, knocking him down out of that with that lightning storm. Use the cancel.
I love the way he uses that cancel. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He's got really good control of Raiden. I think part of that, though, definitely comes from the fact that Duskbraid has been playing this character for a while. We've been seeing Duskbraid on Raiden for quite some time now, and that loyalty and dedication to a character truly matters and pays off big time for players, because you can definitely see that he feels comfortable with where he's standing and what moves he's throwing out, like comfortable that they're going to kind of cover that gap. There's not as many like really big whiffs happening for Duskbraid, because he knows where he's at and where his character is an effective threat, and he's making sure to apply that threat only in those situations and not kind of overextending when he's out of range. So I love what I'm seeing here from Duskbraid, and like I said, I think a lot of that comes from just that unending loyalty to Raiden. He's been playing this character for quite some time. When the character was considered bad, Duskbraid was still playing him, and now that he's kind of risen up a little bit, Duskbraid is kind of benefiting from not only the changes that they've made to benefit the character, but also all that time that he's spent in the trenches learning the matchups and the way his character works, so that when he does find himself up against tough opponents, he is not kind of out of his element at all, and sometimes his opponents are. How many of these players can say that they genuinely run into competent Raiden players regularly? It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Unless you are homies with like Riko Takahashi, you are not getting great Raiden games in. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's not easy to find a really good Raiden. You can find Raidens that are just being crazy and whatnot, but
oh yeah, I mean, there's a whole psych ward escapee list of them that just do the crazy shit But I mean, you notice Duskbraid is not taking insane risks, right? Like, we don't see a bunch of crazy storm cells on block. He's canceling these electric flies when they are blocked, when he goes into them. He's doing a great job of playing a very composed Raiden as opposed to some of the psychotic Raidens you'll run into in Combat League.
The fire buff just ran out. Could have got a little bit more damage, but it wouldn't help.
Ooh, big throws coming out as well on that command grab. Gotta be careful. Swings with the staff. Nice teleport in to close that gap. Plus frames off that overhead as well. Oh, wow. He actually ducked underneath that? Very interesting. Muerto's not out of this, to be honest. One confirm into a fatal blow could turn this right back around in the Shaolin's favor here. Fireballs. Okay, good patience. Oh, geez. I thought that Duskbraid almost let that one slip away. Still recovered it, but that got scary for a moment.
Puts himself in the corner, but he'll probably teleport out of it, I guess. Yep.
Ooh, good throw. Bicycle kick comes out. Breakaway early, though. Prevents the buildup of the KB, but Muerto gonna find that chance to amplify it anyway. Is that the first amplify we've seen, or maybe we've seen one in that first round? So that could mean bicycle kick KB queued up now for Liu Kang. Big damage? Oh no, gonna burn a breakaway instead. Still keeps the pressure. Lightning bolts away. Music randomly pausing. Not sure what's happening.
Plus frames. Oh no.
Ooh.
He tried pressing on plus frames. I don't think he's gonna be dead, but he's gonna be pretty dang close.
Yeah, he'll survive, but barely. 42%. It is Raiden with a teleport. The YOLO electric fly. I think he was expecting Muerto to try to throw a fireball, because here's the deal. If Duskbraid hit him, he would have gotten the KB if he hit him out of something. So I think that's what Duskbraid was looking for, was just like the YOLO electric fly to catch the kill. And he didn't have a lot of life left to work with anything else anyway, so... Here we go, final round, lots of damage coming out. Flawless victory in the works for Duskbraid. He got away with one earlier. Will he get away with another? Nope. Now I got it. My powers are back. I feel renewed.
You did it on purpose.
I mean, they're following the rules. There are signs posted everywhere. No flawless victories allowed. Like, I have one rule. Big opening here. Teleporting all over the place. Muerto unable to catch on to where his opponent was.
Oh, man.
And look at that. Planted a Liu Kang tree. Didn't like that one. He's going to grow a new Liu Kang. So Duskbraid going to take a 2-0 lead right now. One more to go for the Thunder God to move on to top 8 winner side, which I believe will be the first time for Duskbraid. Top 8 winner side. I don't think he's made it in the top 8 winner side before. I don't know if he's made top 8 before. He may have made top 8, but I want to say winner side. This could be a debut here for him, which will be really awesome to see. Hard work paying off here. He's also been grinding it out in the MK ladder as well that Xbox has been running. I've had the unfortunate experience of running into him in the ladder. Have been close and fun sets, but the Thunder God has, for the most part, gotten away with more. I think maybe I beat him once, but the record still tips in his favor. So definitely been out there grinding in the other events as well. And anybody that wants to play in that MK ladder that Xbox themselves are hosting, it's actually a lot of fun. I've been playing and streaming my runs on Fridays and Sundays. Obviously, we stream our tournament on Saturdays, so I don't stream my run because I don't do a run on Saturdays. But it is a lot of fun. Honestly, it feels like Wi-Fi filter Combat League. You just get in, push the button. You wait a little bit longer to find a match. Sometimes it's like a minute. Sometimes it can be longer than that, depending on how far up the ladder you are. But I think if we were to get more people involved with it, it would definitely be even bigger and bigger and bigger. And speaking of, getting more people involved, after the ladder ends, when Xbox is done, I'd like to put on our own ladder. I think, one other way that we could try to maybe introduce a new, cool, fun way to play in the for Xbox players is to have a ladder that we just open up, and like maybe 4 or 5 days a week, I'll stream and just have the ladder open. People can come up and queue on the ladder, and whoever's playing will just randomly pick matches from there to stream, and it'll be a good place for people to come in, get practice, and get chance on the stream, time on the stream, and it'll be our own basically little like Wi-Fi Combat League, or Wi-Fi filter Combat League, because no Wi-Fi players allowed, and you know, it does its own job of like keeping track of rankings and stuff. So I think we actually could make something great out of that. We'll see. That'll be kind of reserved for the month of June, but that'll be our attempt to making a new idea. Because I think that'd be a good way to do. Yeah, because I think that'd be fun to do for the other days of the week, right? Like, still run the tournaments on our normal days, and then just, like, all the other days, let's just have it open for people to just come through at their convenience to get some practice in.
Just for people who don't know, Dream, like, what is the ladder?
Oh, it's just, it's the thing that Xbox is hosting. It's a event that they're hosting. So they have the MK ladder that they're hosting. This is the third week, and the final week is coming up. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is when you can, the last week to play in the ladder. And like I said, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking to steal that idea and run my own ladder afterward, because Xbox is going to be moving on to a new game for the next month for a ladder that they're going to run. So we're just going to keep on running an Xbox ladder forever afterward, because I think it's a lot of fun. All right, here we go. That is going to be a tied up final round here between these two. Duskbraid, of course, on set point, looking to close it out. Yeah, I think that he may have thought that was the game, Kusanagi, because that was a little overkill to go for the fatal blow there, because a crucial resource now gone from Aaron Black, but a round gain, very, very important. He got the round, so, you know, sometimes you can't say it was a bad idea when you got the round, right? Like, it worked, and he could totally stay alive and still close this out.
Yeah, I always take the round if I get the chance, even if it might be excessive, just to make sure. If I'm not sure if something's gonna kill, I'm definitely taking the round.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta definitely, you know, be willing to cash out and secure the victory at any cost. And we've seen many times a player be just a little stingy, right? They hold back, they want to save meters, save resources, save crushing blows, and then their opponent just kind of slips away and closes the game out. Muerto not gonna suffer that fate. In fact, he'll be executing the Thunder God and making his hats float. What the fuck is that? Why is the hat doing it? Is that happening on your screen too?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, so it's a universal phenomenon, not just here. What is that? Some spooky spirits at work here. Can't be trusted.
Let's see if he can do a reverse 3-0.
We've seen a couple of attempts. Only one success. Duskbraid looking to shut it down. One game still left for the Thunder God. This can still absolutely be done. I think his staff disappears. But maybe it was on the staff. We'll have to go back and look. I don't think it does, though. That'd be the first time I've ever seen the staff stay standing up, though. How was the staff standing? That you're just introducing more questions.
That teleport is just crazy.
He can be everywhere.
So many things.
He's omnipresent. I think that's, you know, one of the more effective and iconic tools of the character, though, right? His ability to, you can't lock him down, you can't lock him out either, right? He wants to get in, he can get in, and the way that he can kind of fake it out as well. Very, very, very interesting set of tools available for this character. Fatal Blow available. Will he spend it? Yes! Beautiful combo. Is it enough? Skulls and shields may indeed matter here. There's one last big stab to go. Is it enough? Yes! There it is. Barely, though, it looked like. 43%. Duskbraid. Whoops, my bad, dude. It has been like that for 4 fucking games. Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him. Alright, flies out. No corner. Ooh, doesn't even get hit by that either. Nicely done. Big punish as well. Caught him whiffing, and that we've seen Duskbraid use that repeatedly. Just kind of shimmying back and forth. The range on forward one, I think it's 1-1, but maybe it's 1-2. He just over and over again, that staff that he uses, the second hit's a low, and even if that first hit doesn't catch people, which has been happening, the second hit still has even more range and has been kind of catching people whiffing as well. So really effective use of that, and he just knows the great positions to be sending that out at. 312 uppercut combos, beautiful stuff. Plus frames off of that, continuing the advance. He risked it all. I think he might be dead. I don't know how much damage Duskbraid can churn out here. Not quite enough.
He definitely still has a chance.
Look out. Empty jump throw!
Around.
That was a wild play. Empty jump throw, I think, was the last thing Duskbraid was expecting. I think he might have even gone for like a flawless block timing or something, but Muerto was not doing anything that could be blocked. In fact, blocking was the problem. Beautiful play by Muerto. Unexpected. Zip-zopping all over the place. Caught him! And here's the whiff punish. No breakaway just yet either. He'll get big damage from this. Oh no, the drop!
Oh, man.
Whiff punish? Yep, he just waited for it to end. Beautiful, he just walked back and let him do his thing. Because if he would have gotten too hasty and walked into that, it would have been a crushing blow from Muerto off that string, because of the way it works, counter hit.
Laying in that acid, getting probably 22% for that, huh?
That is a ton of damage. Watch those toes!
Oh, he is just yellowing now. He knows that he needs this. He needs it so bad.
Got him out of the air. Oh, he's behind you. This is gonna crush. He's not gonna take the crushing blow. He'll instead just cash out the fatal blow. Did he already spend the crushing blow there? I don't actually know if he spent it or not.
I'm not sure either, but he has the life lead now. He's probably most likely one hit away. Duskbraid does not have fatal blow, so
he can't afford much more. Patience!
Oh man, time for a game 5.
Reverse 3-0 is available here. It's within reach now. One more game and the momentum is now on Muerto's side. Duskbraid needs to make an adjustment here. He's been doing a good job, but just it's been coming down to these crucial little motions here. So here we go. Game 5. Does Duskbraid switch? I think he doesn't. I think that's what he doesn't do. Also, Duskbraid hasn't won since I changed his name from Duskbade. Maybe I changed his name back to Duskbade. Do you think maybe that was part of the problem? That he was playing under a new alias, so I gotta put him back to Duskbade? Because Duskbraid hasn't won. Duskbade is the only one with 2 wins, technically, because of my fuck-ups. So maybe that's part of the curse, part of the lore. My power is extended to multiple realms.
Showing favorites now, huh? You want Duskbade to win, huh?
Duskbade is a regular. He's around here all the time. Oh, I think Muerto's been showing up quite a bit too for the Nightmare Series event. Duskbraid shows up for pretty much everything we do around these parts, though. And of course, I feel like I see him even in like junk streams and stuff too, hanging out. So, an Xbox boy through and through. All right, swings with the staff. He will find a hit throw. Gonna catch him as well. This will be the life lead, but barely. This match definitely off to an early scrap. Muerto will go into that command grab, and here's the deal with that too. That back 2-2-2 string into command grab, even though back 2-2 does like launch you into the air, it's actually not breakable. There is no break point on that. That is guaranteed. So Duskbraid is not going to be able to have an opportunity to prevent that damage. Oh, got hasty. This is bad. Yep, the poke in the acid.
He is about to reverse 3-0 Duskbade.
I gotta give him back his R back. I don't think it's working.
It's not working, man. He's looking solid, though.
Good blocks on that low. This is going to be a punish as well. This is what Duskbraid needs to do. Muerto is playing, in a lot of respects, a very risky game, utilizing that low Peacemaker. It's a mix-up, heavy, difficult stuff, like move, right? But it is punishable. So if he ends up making the right reads and calling it out, he can turn it around. Is Muerto going to give him the chance, though? The rifle clip is unloaded. Duskbraid on last chance, and that'll do it.
He gets him.
The throw caught him that time. Very nicely done.
Reverse 3-0.
Yeah,
What
Muerto
a
dug
hype
in deep
set.
for that one. You know, Dust Braid was looking like he was in control, but Muerto was not having it. And definitely brought it back with that reverse 3-0. Very nicely done.
Desperate did do pretty good though. Good job. He just got in the zone. Muerto just got into the zone and he got that reverse 3-0 and now on to the final match of the night.
Yep, one more game left to go. Alright, so let's hop into our bracket. And we've got, like I said, that final set between Zeitshock and I, Scorpion. So that should be over here in this pool. And you know, for the complaints about the ping, we'll look into this. We'll have a conversation maybe afterward. But the main thing that I want to make sure is if the ping was over 200, you guys need to be taking clips of that. So I don't know what it was at Dust Braid, but if it was over 200, I really do want to make sure that you guys are sending me that information. We will. The 150 MS minimum is insane. Combat League is 150 MS. And Combat League, you know that it's going to be higher than that. Like, you know, like I'm not going to have the same standards as Combat League. There's no way that we're going to be able to maintain that. There's no fucking way. There's no way that you're going to get Combat League standards. I think that we can maybe have a discussion about maybe moving it a little bit if the rollbacks are genuinely a problem. I remember, for example, I haven't fought many of the players from South America, but I remember there was Droll way back in the day that I would play him, and yeah, it would roll back all the time. That was a difficult thing. Well, Mexico is in North America, notorious, and it is not limited to that. The rule that we have on ping because it's Xbox is because it's we just don't want the ping over 200 because the ping 200 rule also because like the biggest example for me of people that are fine on their internet is like Method is from Europe, from the UK, and I never get people complaining about Method and so for me to say to Method, oh, you're not allowed to play just because of where you're at, despite the fact that nobody ever has problems with your internet, feels like too strong. So I feel like location based for Xbox is too restrictive because we have too few people in the first place. So I feel like having a hard line about ping is a better way to do it. Now, the main thing that I'm worried about is if somebody's connection is spiking all of a sudden to 200, 300, 400, that's the shit that I can't handle. I'm in the middle of a combo, all of a sudden 300 ping hits, I drop my combo. I don't care if it was at 90 MS the whole time. If it jumped up to 200, that's a problem. So that's my initial idea of why I wanted it to be like jumping to 200. And that's the thought that I had, is if it's jumping up to over 200, that's a problem. If there is genuine concerns about it being consistently over in the 180s, 190s, then maybe we'll have a discussion about that too. We cannot do that in the middle of this. We'll have to talk about that some other time, but I hear you. I see the complaints. I also see the results as well, right? Like maybe it's because they showed up today. That's also part of it. A bunch of fucking people decided not to show up today. But if the top 8 is like 80% Mexico, then that is somewhat of a concern, I would think. That's something to look into at minimum. Not to say that Mexico is not good at the game. These are obviously talented players. Obviously, they're talented players. But we want to make sure, I mean, for example, these are players that if you look at the Pro Tour Mexico leaderboard, they're on the top. So when you put them up against all the best in Mexico, they make it up there as well. So I think that maybe we can look into this. There's a reason that Mexico has its own section for the Pro Comp. So maybe there are bigger concerns to take into account, but we'll look into it. I think is the best that I can say is we'll look into considering what we can do about certain connections. Because, you know, I think also it's not everybody's connection. Like, Shirar Ryu Pain is from Mexico, and I don't see anybody complaining about his connection. I don't remember anybody bitching about that connection. I see the complaints about particular individuals, for sure, but I don't see it happening with every single one. So.
Oh, yeah! Some Shao Kahn, baby.
Oh, finally, you got what you were looking for. Scorpion came to deliver. And you're right, King Muerto, you're right. That when they win, they don't complain about the internet. And that's something that we need to consider as well. So we need to come up with some kind of standard and figure out what to do from there, as opposed to, you know, make sure this is not just salt induced. Because, you know, people, it's happening on both sides, and we don't see the players from Mexico coming in and complaining about the ping. So, not to say that there's no merit to it at all, but we definitely need to make sure that we're looking at this with the eye of like competitive integrity, etc., and not letting salt get too much in there. So that's the main thing. I think we probably should discuss this a little later, but I just want everybody to understand that I'm not taking any particular side. We'll hear things out, but just not right now. We'll talk about it in like the Discord over the next few days or whatever. For now, though, the results will stand as it is, and the rules will stay as they are. 200 ping is the problem. And bam, big problems happening here for Scorpion in this Shao pick. Zythshot gonna let rip with the Fatal Blow. This 1100 health gonna come in handy, though.
Dude, he would have been dead already, I think.
Okay, teleports in off the Buzzsaw as well. That looked goofy. I'm not even sure what he could have done there, because if you're in hit stun, I don't think you can duck underneath the throw, but I really don't know how he's supposed to get out of that. Beautiful play from Zythshot. Buzzsaw into the teleport to make it just so deadly to try to get away. Scorpion, though, looking to take advantage of these new buffs. That hammer lunge from Shao Kahn is definitely the biggest improvement, it feels like, in the kit. It's now convertible mid-screen.
Oh, nice. Speaking
of conversion, 357.
Armor break.
Okay, overhead trades. Scorpion still has a solid life lead here, and no Fatal Blow to worry about, having his health bar just deleted. Crushing Blow is still a thing, however. Of course, if he gets launched into a dive kick KB, that'll be curtains. Won't need it now, though. Zythshot able to just keep the pressure going, and he'll take game one.
Kung Lao wins.
Pressure was just too intense for him at the end.
All right, so
here
we go. Game two.
I hope that he sticks with Shao Kahn, though. I love seeing Shao Kahn. I want to see his buffs at use.
Well, I think also here is another thing to consider. We've definitely started to gather more players from Mexico, and I am totally on board with looking to try to maybe host events for the Mexican Xbox scene as well, right? So if we can get, 16 players from that region, we can put on a day of just like, all right, let's hang out, and we're just going to run all Mexico where everybody's connection is going to be pristine, nobody's going to have rollbacks, and the same for the EU players, right? I would love to be able to gather about 16 or so EU players to put on a great just bracket highlighting those players, because the reality is, they're in smaller pockets, and it's hard to organize in it, because to tell them that they can't play, they have to play with the only the people that they live near, is like, all right, well, that's me and 2 other people. So obviously there's more than 2. We've been finding more and more as we go, so the more we find people in those regions that we can kind of expand and get a bracket maybe started from that region specifically, I think the better. And I'd love to start doing that kind of stuff too. When we do the ladder plan that I have, I think that actually will allow me to put regions in there, so we can run the ladder, and during the ladder it'll have maybe a Mexico section and an EU section, so those EU players only find other EU players in that bracket, and then when we see those matches, we can still pull them and put them on the stream. And Jackie's face gonna get dented in by the call out. Zythshot doing a beautiful job, although this is what I was expecting, is Jackie to come out. So Scorpion is he likes to play Sonya, I think, but he's been winning so much with Jackie because of how obnoxious and difficult this character can be to fight, that Jackie is his go-to, and he just tears people apart with him. But Shock, no fear.
Yeah, the first round was all Scorpion, and the second round was all Shock.
Okay, final round here. Good opening from Scorpion. He'll get the throw off. But Shock definitely proving he's got what it takes to deal with this. Beautiful challenge to the leap-in as well. Look at this conversion. 309 for an anti-air on Jackie leaping in. Not everybody can say they can do that. And of course, Jackie's leap cost defensive meter to do, so no chance that there was going to be any breakaway coming there either. Guaranteed damage that Shock picked up. Okay. Here we go. Backing away. Nice throw. He's on the fire, though, but he had such a life lead that I feel like that kind of move was, A, something Scorpion wasn't looking for because he thought he'd run away from the fire.
Oh!
No way!
Oh, man.
I don't feel any sympathy because it's Jackie that just got robbed, but holy shit. He made the fucking read. He did exactly what you're supposed to do, and it didn't work. I don't understand. And we saw this happen to Blue Linkies last season twice during a set. He went for Fatal Blow while Jackie was breaking out, and it just didn't catch her, and very similar story here. That was insane. How did she not catch him?
I don't know. I thought it would have, but guess he was too low to the ground and just missed. I don't know. I really thought he was gonna have that.
Yeah, that is a heartbreaker because you know that Scorpion is like that. I knew he was gonna break. That's why I fucking did that. Like I should have won right there. I was doing the answer that would have covered all of the bases, including breakaway, and for that to not work, to me that is a real clear indication that breakaway needs an adjustment to it. I have not much faith that it will see the change that I think it needs, but breakaway is my least favorite mechanic in the game. I can't think of another fighting game that can allow you to, because it's not just that the Fatal Blow didn't hit, but then he got like punished after. I can't think of a game where I can think of games where people can get out of combos. Happens all the time. Guilty Gear, Killer Instinct, etc. I can't think of a game where people can get out of combos in such a way that allows them to then punish you for it. I can't think of any other game that does that. Alright, that
pretty
kicks
even
in.
life right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. With Vivid says he's from Mexico and he's always 60 to 90 ping. And I don't want to like shut out all of the players that are from Mexico because it might be like Mexico's a big country. Players that are closer to and have more reliable internet services might be able to participate better. So I think that it feels better to come up with a rule set. 200 is what we were running on. Maybe we need to adjust it. Maybe if it is just sitting at 170 during the match the whole time, maybe that is a problem. Maybe we do need to reassess that. So we'll take a look, and I'd also like you guys to clip more of your problems with it. Clip your rollback issues, because I'm genuinely willing to hear you guys out. If it's rolling back and fucking up hit confirms, that shit infuriates me too. So clip that shit. Let me see the problem that you guys are facing so that I can understand and then make a good decision. Because one thing also to note real quick, we do not see that on stream. We are watching the rollback replay of your fight in just like a second behind. So if it rollbacks on you, we will not see that. We will not see any of that. We will just see what the games both did or whatever. So the rollback stuff is going to be unique to your perspective. So in order for me to understand what you guys are going through, you guys gotta clip your perspective so I can see it. So make sure you guys are taking clips of any bad rollbacks that you have, and I'll consider that in my determination and ruling on it as well, because I do want to make sure guys are having a lot of fun. You know, a lot of people didn't show up tonight. I hope that it wasn't because the connections have been a problem. I hope it's because everybody else has been busy or whatever other shit, or because I fucked up and started the stream 20 minutes late. Whatever it may be, I want to make sure everybody's having fun. That's the most importance here. So Scorpion takes the game, though. Able to secure victory here with this Jackie pick. Shock gonna stick it out here with this Lao pick, though. Okay, looks like Justin is just waiting on the loser of this match to fight, and everywhere else, the brackets are all ready and prepped to go. So Dun dun.
Fight.
Game number 4. The reverse 3-0 is what Scorpion's looking for. We've seen 2 of them tonight. This would be the 3rd one of the evening if Scorpion can do it. Zythshock, though, not looking forward to such an occasion. Wants to shut this down here and now. That dive kick was sketch, but didn't get punished too heavily. Oh, no! Dude, that is Zythshock reading the breakaway and fucking it up. I don't know if he missed input the dive kick or whatever, but when he does that, he's not trying to do that combo for no reason. He's doing that route because he's trying to armor break. That's unfortunate.
Oh no. I don't think he actually meant to hit him. I think he meant to get closer with that dive kick.
Yeah, I got a little too close to the sun on that one. And look at that, the KB to close out the health bar. It really went off the rails there for Zythshock once that crushing blow attempt kind of fell through. Now, whether it was because of, you know, just a missed input or timing or whatever, nonetheless, definitely seemed to have, you know, resonant effects throughout the rest of the game. For the rest of the round, I should say. Here we go, big opening for Scorpion. Zythshock will break out, but just gets hunted down again, and hunted after the roll as well. Scorpion calling his every move out, even the teleport, and we've got
Jackie
another
pressure
game
is
5.
just insane, man. Like you can't press any buttons with her.
No, you cannot. It's very difficult to find your turn. She's an absolute ball hog. And Scorpion showing us all why. Zythshock now has 1 chance left to close this out, but the momentum is in Scorpion's favor. His Jackie play is some of the absolute best. And, you know, I was saying, like, we know he wants to play Sonya. We know he likes to play Sonya. We've seen him play Sonya. But when the going gets tough, when he's cornered, it's when the Jackie comes out. And it is one of the most dangerous ones in the business. And so far, Zythshock struggling to beat it. I mean, arguably, Zythshock beat it last game off of what we all were calling a weird, how the fuck did that happen? I mean, again, no sympathy for Jackie, but Scorpion had the read and was going to win that game there, and Zythshock kind of narrowly scraped by and has not been able to repeat such an occasion, so we'll see if he can do so here, but 1 more game to go here. Final match of the evening. After this, I'm going to bed, but I'm going to be having
also
sweet dreams of this match. Is it going to be nightmares of Jackie dominating, or is it going to be Kung Lao bringing it home? Leaps in.
Would this be a reverse 3-0 or was
Yeah,
it?
this is a reverse 3-0.
Either
Zythshock
one.
took the early 2-0
Another
lead.
one, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
That's what
so
I thought, but I wasn't sure.
the highly coveted again, Zythshock. He's just getting really antsy
Oh,
with
man.
these dive kicks here. That is the 3rd dive kick in this set so far that we've seen Scorpion block, and he is definitely taking advantage of the incredibly punishable state of that. Like, it is not a great day for Kung Lao when dive kick gets blocked.
Yeah, you can punish out just about anything.
Yo, what's going on, some dude? Glad you're joining us here for the final game of the evening here. Potential final round on the books as well, as Scorpion is now 1 round away from claiming our final top 8 spot.
Zythshock just looks a little bit lost right now, man. I mean, like I said, you just cannot press against Jackie or else you're just gonna get bombarded with pressure.
Yo,
You
and
do
Wise
anything
Gemini
wrong.
bringing a bunch of people here to watch the final game as well. Thank you so much for that raid, Wise. Hope you had a great stream. We are on our way out, but still very much appreciated. Kang Gang coming through. Let's see, is Scorpion going to close it out? Zythshock wants to answer back. Does not have a lot of health left to work with, though. Fatal Blow is on deck. He can find the right opening. There! He finally gets these dive kicks on the ground like he wants. I mean, he was constantly getting them blocked. The spacing was just not coming up, but this time around, Zythshock is going to find the right spacing. This is going to put Scorpion in a very deadly position here. Double orbiting hat. Good blocks on those plasmas. If they hit the ground, he'd die! And there it
the
is.
reverse 3-0 was...
The Sunio special. Just spilling that Slurpee all over the floor. And it didn't matter that Zythshock still had defensive meter. That burn is going to go right through it. And with that, Scorpion is going to take that final spot in top 8 winners. So let's go ahead and take a look at our bracket before we bid farewell to everybody, as our top 8 is now determined here and locked in for winner's side. I believe there's the Zythshock and Justin match to go to close it out. But let's go over to our top 8 and see what is in store for us this Saturday for week 3. So we've got Sheer Ryu Pain versus Muerto. I highly doubt there will be complaints of connection on that one. That'll be a local throwdown. Then we've got I Scorpion versus Slick Beats. That is going to be a really exciting match. Slick Beats Kung Lao been putting in work as of late this season, looking to continue to add to the accolades. Then on the loser side, we've got M2S Blackout. Current points leader is in loser's side top 8. So that is a bit of a tough position to be in, but definitely still has the chance to keep his lead. He doesn't have the lead by a lot of points as well. I think he's got the lead by like 5 points. Sully has 270, Blackout has 275. So it is neck and neck, but Sully didn't play tonight. So whatever points Blackout gets, he does get to add them to his stack to continue to increase that lead. There are a few other players that could sneak up behind him if they win, but we'll see what happens. And then he'll be fighting Kusanagi, and we've got Armabot fighting either Zythshock or I believe Justin. So either of those 2 players are going to be winning that, and they'll be joining in the top 8 to close it out. But that is going to do it for us